Oh, we're live.
We're live.
Hey, we're live. We're live. And Mr. 95 Cent.
That's right. Honored to have Mr. 95 Cents with me here tonight, y'all. Welcome to Zach Sports Cards and Collectibles for a very special episode tonight. I am really honored to have a very special guest with me tonight. Daryl Gianardo is with me tonight. Really honored to have him tonight, y'all. Thank y'all all in the chat's been here. We're a few minutes late. Trying to get everything. I had to get everything set up, and y'all, you probably see my head still wet. I just got out of the shower. So let me know down in the chat, y'all, if you hear me real well. This is a brand new computer, so if you hear me real well, let me know. Give me a thumbs up there in the chat. Man, so many awesome people already here in the chat, man. We got Sensei Domino in the house, X-Ray Het Collectibles, Sports Card Ripping Teacher, DK in the house, Dirk Remington. Domino in the house.
Hold on. I gotta turn
Here we go. Hey. Maiden's World of Wax in the house. Oh, we see you. Good. Do you hear me? Am I good? Okay, we see you. Okay. Yes, loud and clear, says Maine. Thank you, Maine. That's awesome. I got Dave Collects. Yeah, in the house. How you doing, man?
How we doing, everybody?
Yeah. And as we go through the stream tonight, Daryl, I'm going to be shouting these people out as they pop up. I like everybody that comes on here, man. I really appreciate y'all coming on here. I want to shout you out. And, tonight's about hanging out here with Daryl and talking with him, but also about connecting with each other, building this card community up. That's one of the reasons why I had Daryl on here, man. This guy's got one of the best channels on YouTube. And I was telling him before we even came on here about how, for hours I watch his channel. And I'm super pumped to have him on here being my special guest tonight. Uncanny Swag in the house coming from Denver, Colorado. Uncanny Swag. You know who Uncanny Swag is, Daryl? He's a big Joker fan. He lives in Denver.
I don't think so. Does he know Mike Fruitman?
I don't know.
My buddy, Mike Stadium Club Sport Cards. He's my buddy up in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe that's a big hobby hobby shop out there, right?
Yeah. And
really honored to have Daryl here, y'all. Yeah. He's coming here from New Jersey. What part of New Jersey are you from, Daryl?
Morris County.
Mars. Yeah, that's it. Always talk Mars. Yeah, when you hear stories,
I'm only about not even a quarter mile away from George Washington headquarters.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
Uncanny Swag says that's his card shop he goes to all the time.
Yeah, Mike Fruitman, very good guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dr. Manus T-Boggin in the house. Man, so many awesome people here. We got 14 in the chat. Y'all power slam that thumbs up button. Subscribe, y'all, I'm going to say this several times throughout the night. Daryl's channel is in the description below and in the title. I want y'all, Daryl, you're a couple, 20 subs away from, I was just looking at it today. You're 20 subs away from 500. Isn't that right? Or 800? No. Yeah, you're 19 subs away from 500.
Not too bad.
Y'all, if you're watching this on the replay, if you're watching this in the stream tonight, and you are not subbed to this man over here, let's see, but this man right here, you got to jump on his bus. He has got one of the best channels here on YouTube. I'm such a big fan of his. How I found your channels through Julie.
Oh, yeah. Julie was a customer in the store, and she is one of the kitchen table box break crew. Although she's out of state right now. She's coming back this week, though, I think.
Yeah, Julie's a big Minnesota Twins fan. She loves her Twins and
Minnesota.
She loves all Minnesota. She's great hockey fan. She loves her Minnesota Wild. I'm a big fan of Julie. And she also likes cats like I have. She has the Kraken, and I have Sprinkles and Scoot. I have 3 cats in here with me on this stream. You might see one of them fly across the stream at some point there.
I think Julie has stock in Temptations.
Yes, she does.
She goes through a lot of those Temptations.
Yes. Freedom Sufferer did a great intro video for her with the Kraken.
Yeah,
on her stream. Well, y'all, we got an awesome night planned tonight. We are going to rip 3 packs. This is why I wanted to bring Daryl on here tonight, because he's a former hobby shop owner. He used to own a sports card store. It was Wow Sports Cards was the name of it, Daryl?
Well, the name of my store was the Sports Page MC Game Room. I sold it to Phil, who now owns Wow, and he changed it to Wow. So it's now Wow Sport Cards.
Okay. And I went on International Topps Trading Card Day to 3 different card shops across the metro Atlanta area and got a pack at every store I went to. And for me as a kid, the heart of the hobby to me is local card shops. I grew up in a store called Atlanta Baseball Cards and Comics as a kid, and it was above a movie theater. You would go watch Empire Strikes Back and then go upstairs and buy baseball card packs. Some of our Braves players will be in there signing autographs. It's where the love of the hobby for me really started. And that's why I wanted to have Daryl on here, and also wanted to rip these packs tonight. And we're going to talk about a lot of things tonight. I'm trying not to – oops, that was the address. Y'all bet. I'll do this backwards. Got a piece of mail here from Guru Wahoo the Turtle. He just moved to South Georgia. He's getting married, and he's got big things going on in his life. And he's a great guy in this card community. And we're going to open this. I won this in one of his giveaways he had. Shout out to him. And I can't show it to you, but he's got Wahoo the Turtle on a sticker here. Gosh, I wish I could show you. It's got addresses. But we got 3 Good Nerds in the house. You know, Daryl, 3 Good Nerds has won your giveaways a couple of times, hasn't he?
Yeah, he does good. Now I got to ask you, Zach, when you got your packs of the baseball player day, were they opened or sealed?
All sealed. They're still sealed.
Because 3 Good Nerds went to a shop and they gave him packs that were open.
I saw that.
That's crazy.
That's all.
Searching packs.
Yeah, these are all sealed, and I wanted to go to more, but there were 2 or 3 shops that didn't even get them in yet. Okay. So I was a little disappointed. That we got Paul in the 619. Paul's coming out there from San Diego. He loves the San Diego Padres. He's a great card. I'm getting him into cards. He loves comics too. He's a guest regularly on Spine Ticks.
I've seen Paul on your show.
Yeah, Paul's awesome, man. I got to get Paul back here on the channel real soon.
Yeah,
he was awesome. We got 3 Good Nerds. Somebody else came in here. Firebox Breaks. Keith in the house. Red Rum. You know Red Rum, Daryl.
Here.
Red Rum from Alabama. He's one of my Braves brothers, man.
I'll tell you, Josh, I just put a big file cabinet on the street here and nobody wants it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I can give more
a lot, man. Yeah.
I emptied my basement out. I cleaned my basement out. The guy used a 40-yard dumpster, plus about 5 pickup trucks.
Wow.
So if Josh was in the area, I could just call Josh.
Yeah, he's been painting he did a video this week where he's been painting a baseball card shop, and he was ripping packs in the store where he was painting.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was really good. Sensei Domino in the house. Chris Graff's 101. He was live tonight. I jumped onto his stream. He was at a Dunkin' Donuts doing a live stream tonight.
I
popped in.
You guys were talking all about the Spine Ticks, so I looked it up. They don't start till late, right?
Yeah. Sid goes live. He goes live on Saturday nights at 11 p.m. But he does a lot of shorts, and a lot of the guys in here. Canadian Card Breakers in the house too. Yeah, Donuts and Cards, awesome. Dirk Remington. Do you watch Dirk Remington? He's a great
car watching guys, he says.
What's that?
Canadian Car Breakers.
Stuck in the car watching guys. I don't know what's going on.
What guys is he watching?
I don't know. I have no idea. Man, thank all y'all guys jumping on. We got 19 in the chat. This is Daryl's first live stream ever, y'all. And so we'll try not to be too tough on him in this first live stream. He's doing awesome. I watched him Monday night. He does the what's called kitchen box breaks, Daryl.
Kitchen table box break.
Kitchen table box break. And it was on Facebook, and I jumped into it. And funny thing is, Daryl, I was just looking for your Facebook page you're always talking about in your videos. And I clicked on and then all of a sudden you're live. And I was like, what? Daryl's live, so I'm going to go jump in there.
Yeah, that I know how to do. I've been doing that for years. We started that box break in the store, a long time ago. And I continued it. Even after I sold the store, I continued. It was on Thursday nights and was every week. And, unfortunately, they got a guy that came into the store that I didn't get along with. Doesn't have the best reputation in the hobby, let's put it that way. Mm-hmm. Some expletives come out of his mouth once in a while, and I couldn't hold the box breaks there anymore because I always had a family store. Yeah. So I left and started it every other week at my house just to keep the old gang together.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I jumped in there. They were having a great time on Monday night, and I kept giving everybody a score, a Braves Yankees score.
Yeah.
And I was eating Moose Tracks ice cream, y'all.
Later on, my nephew was texting me from the state. Yesterday, after the game, he texted me a broom.
Oh, he did. Yeah.
So he said he's going to send me a Braves hat.
Yeah.
So I'm rolling for the Braves now.
He needs to send you playoff tickets.
Huh?
He needs to send you playoff tickets.
Well, he told me if I want to go down there,
Yeah.
but I'm busy up here. I can't even leave.
Yeah.
You know,
You're real busy in your retirement years,
I'm supposed to be semi-retired.
Yeah. God is great. Titus in the house. Hey, Titus.
Hey,
Titus
Ken's
coming
here.
from Japan.
What's
Glad to
going
have you.
on, Ken? Ken's got a great channel.
He does.
Oh,
Great guy. He dropped in here on a live stream we had a couple weeks ago. I was really honored to have him
I
with
saw it.
us.
I was in the chat.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That's right.
Chat.
I can,
A lot of times I don't say much, but I watch.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate your support, And y'all, I tell you this, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna kind of I talked a little bit, Daryl. Daryl, I'm gonna turn it over to you. I'm gonna put you on the big screen and let you talk about your channel and tell everyone about your channel, what you do. I mean, there's so much Daryl's involved in. When I sit down, when I'm at the farm, I'll be out planting mums or planting stuff in the greenhouse, or cleaning up in the greenhouse, and for like 2 or 3 hours, I'll put my earbuds on and watch Daryl's videos. And one of the things that you said that just really struck something with me is that you said that doing this YouTube thing is like making a journal of your life. And that to me just really hit me. And I started thinking, I'm a person that I like to write journals, but I have bad handwriting. And I started thinking about that. And I'm like, I love doing this YouTube thing. It's fun, but I didn't really ever think about that for next generations, for my daughters, my other generations ahead of me can come back and see videos of me and learn more about me through these YouTube videos. Yeah. And that's what that really hit me, Daryl. That really hit me. I really want to appreciate you sharing that.
It's a crazy thing.
That was awesome. No. So I'm going to turn you over on the big screen. You ready? And
yeah.
I'm going to
ready.
Let's see if I can do this. Let's see. Oh, that's me. Hang on. Hold on. Let me. We'll just do it like this. We'll just do it.
Right. I don't need a big screen. Or
we'll do that for the cards when we do cards later tonight.
But thanks a lot, Zach, for inviting me over. It's an honor to be on your channel. Oh yeah. I always enjoy your videos, going hunting and everything, and all that. Walmart won't let you film no more. I don't know what's up with them.
I went in there tonight though. I had a good time tonight.
Yeah. You do what sometimes what I do. I put the phone in my pocket. I let it sit out so they don't see nothing.
Yeah,
be sneaky sometimes.
Well, I was close to filming tonight, but I made a pact that I won't film in there. So I left my camera in the car, and then the lady that got onto me wasn't there tonight, and they had just restocked like 10 minutes before I got in there.
Wow.
And then I regretted not filming it, but then I thought, what if she might pop up? And it's my only Walmart in town. Yeah, and I don't want to get kicked out of there because if I do, then I have to drive like 40 minutes to go to Walmart. So
my Walmart, which is only like 2 miles away, has nothing. Pokemon, that's about it. Pokemon is some magic. You go in there, and if you're lucky, they got a few boxes that nobody wants. The junk. I was actually there Friday. They didn't have nothing. It's nuts. But no, on my channel, I have with 3 easy things. We show warehouse finds. We have card shop stories, and we open a box like we're going to do later. It's a lot of fun.
Everybody what you're going to be ripping tonight?
Oh, I pulled this. It's not old, but I pulled it out of the archives. 2022 Bowman mega box. So I'm hoping to get some of that Ellie De La Cruz action. We'll see. Plus, there's other guys to get there. No, so the stories. I'll tell you how this whole thing started. After I was getting ready to retire, because I always said when I hit 65, I'm going to sell the store. And I did. I sold it a couple of days before my 65th birthday, a couple years ago. And so I was talking about writing a book because after 30 some years in the card business with a store, you got a lot of stories, And somebody said to me, "Oh, you ought to just do it on YouTube or something." And I thought about it. I said, "Well, I'm not a big writer. I'm a big talker." So I said, "Let me do that." So I didn't know what I was going to call it. And then I think it was one of my customers said, "Boy, it must have been an adventure to be in the sport car business for 30 some years." And I said, "Oh, you just got me the name. It's Mr. 95 Cent Sport Car Adventures."
There you go. Oh, that's awesome.
So that's
I never knew where you got that from.
Yeah, that's customers. So that's what I did, and it's crazy. A lot of guys think, "Oh, he's making that stuff up." Nah, I I got worse stories than I'm telling as far as and I don't want to tell those too much, but it's funny.
Shout out, Daryl, I got to interrupt you real quick. Shout out to Paul and 619 for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Not asking for that, Paul, but thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Helps grow the channel. Thank you, man. Helps me.
There he goes.
Helps me with
I can see like 3 comments on my phone. That's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, but we got some awesome comments here. A lot of great YouTubers here. Thank you, Paul. You're awesome, Paul. We're going to have Paul back here real soon. Sorry, Daryl. I didn't interrupt you.
That's all right.
I just wanted to thank Paul real quick.
So basically, that's what I do. We had that kitchen table box break thing on Monday night, and after that's over, we go in the living room and we watch the Braves kill my Yankees. But my nephew works for the Braves, so I root for the Braves too.
Right.
I mean, Yankees are first, but it looks like their season's just about over. So now I'll have to concentrate just on the Braves. Maybe my nephew will get a World Series ring. I'm hoping.
There you go. Well, he will get a World Series ring if they win, right? Being a part of the staff.
Yeah. He's one of the big bosses over there.
Man, that's awesome. You need to get that on the YouTube channel when he wins it. Get him to come on and show him the ring.
Let's see. I got to show you. He sent me. I showed you that picture with him with the Fred McGriff plaque. So we're going back and forth about the Yankees getting killed by the Braves. I mean, he's a Yankee fan, but he likes the Braves. I mean, they're paying his paycheck. Yep. So he sent me we went back and forth on a lot of messages, and then he sent me a picture. See if I can find it now. Jeez. Yeah, here it is. Okay. I got it. At least I'm on the right channel. He sent me a picture. His boss gave him a little bonus. See if I can aim this right. You can see it. That's a Acuna and Ohtani baseballs signed.
Wow. Signed autos. Man.
That's just a bonus he got.
Wow. That is awesome.
He knows. He used to work in my store.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, whatever you get, just put it away. I said, when you retire, you'll have all that stuff.
That is fire. Shout out to Spontic, Sith in the house. We were just talking about you. And also Incarnito Sports Cards.
I went to go see your channel, and it was at like 11, 12 o'clock, and that's past my bedtime. I'm old. I'm 67.
Watch the replay. You know what I do? There's sometimes here, he's out in Hollywood, in California area.
Uh-huh.
And
so they're before. Okay.
Yeah, and so what I do is when I'm mowing grass during the week at work, I work groundskeeping, I put my earbuds on and I'll go back and catch all of what I missed. Okay. There's some Saturday nights I can make it. Like I've been on a stream twice and I can make it to the end, but but if I can't, I go back and watch the replay. And I go back and I catch it on there. Thank you, Incarnito. I really appreciate it. Stopping by, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, man.
Yeah, in here, just in this little office, I probably got about 300,000 cards all socked away. So I'll go on this side of me is a big sorting table. It's all full of cards. And what I'll do is I'll go through the cards and listen to the videos.
Yeah. Well, that's all. I really enjoy that. That's like with me when I'm farming. I'm out there watching y'all's videos while I'm working in the greenhouse and the farm because really it's just me out in the greenhouse with nobody around for hours. So y'all, when I'm watching Daryl's videos and Sith and all y'all, man, I really enjoy it. That's how I catch a lot of everybody's videos is through doing that, And I remember as a kid, I'd be sorting cards, watching, Braves games or watching ball games. And it's fun to do that. I really enjoy doing that.
Yeah, we got a lot of great channels in our community.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. Julie is the one that got me going on all our community here.
Yeah.
She's the one that introduced me to a lot of you guys.
Yeah.
So we got to credit Julie and the Krakens.
Yes. Julie's awesome. We're talking about Julie Farnham, y'all. She's got a great channel. Give her a subscribe. Just put in Julie Farnham. Man, I'm subscribed to her channel, and she does this thing in the spring called the Goose Hunt. And was a goose last year, and there was something else, spinach the year before that. And in fact, I saw some Allen and Ginter tonight at Walmart on discount for $17, and I was about to buy it because I was like, man, I got to get ready for Julie Farnham's goose hunt next year. It's so much fun. We were all ripping packs trying to look for the goose and the spinach, and it's a really great thing that she does with For the Pools and all the guys in the card community.
Steve For the Pools ended up finding the spinach. I think it was.
Yeah. He found it in there.
He finally got.
But great channels, y'all. Y'all got to go jump on their bus. They're big hockey fans, but they also love baseball and other sports. They're great card collectors in general. I'm a big fan of all of them. CCB, he's good friends with Julie. As well, Canadian Card Breakers. Jason,
I think I played Canadian Card Breaker in the CBE.
Yeah. Jason's got a great channel. Him and his son Tristan, they rip sports cards. They love their Toronto Blue Jays, and they're big hockey and baseball fans, and they love sports. I love hanging out. I got to get Jason here on the channel one night, and we'll rip some hockey packs.
Yeah, we were
saving my A&G just for that, says Dirk Remington. Dirk Remington says he's getting ready to save up to rip his as well. CCB says he lost every match so far. Yeah, I lost mine too. I think I lost the Red Rum and Rose City Sports Cards, but it was fun. Like, me and Daryl talked about this before we started tonight, how much fun that was with David and Kelly and Jordan Squad. What an awesome job he did getting that together, and we had a good time doing that, and that was so much fun. David he really got an awesome thing together, and it was a good way we can network and meet other people in the card community. I think Daryl met a lot of channels that he didn't know through this, didn't you, Daryl?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun,
and it was an awesome time.
I'm still waiting for my title shot. Where's that Sticks G?
Hey, me and Zach's collection, we got a tag team now. We're Zach Squared,
Oh wow.
Yeah, and we're 1-0 in tag team battles, so I'm a lot better as a tag. I mean, Zach's collection is my tag team partner, man. I'm winning battles in the CBE. When I was a singles battle, I kept losing every match I was in. So
I didn't do a tag team yet. Oh, we just sold something on eBay.
There you go, making them sales.
Every time I sell something, the kids here set it up that goes cha-ching.
Oh, that's awesome. Lively card collector in the house. Shout out to Lively, man. Lively's got a great channel. Have you ever seen him, Daryl? He's a wonderful channel. His channel is exploding, man. He's been pulling fire. He's one of the great collectors here in this community. Really big fan. Roll Tiderman coming in here, getting ready for college football season coming up. He's a big Alabama fan coming from Alabama over there. Roll Tiderman dropped a great video just recently. I
know most of the guys here, but there's a few that I haven't seen. So
yeah. Hey, y'all guys, if you're not subbed to Daryl, go sub him up, y'all. Daryl, I'm gonna say this. Robert Reckford says, "Hey guys, Daryl."
Yeah, Rob's a kitchen table guy.
Oh, there you go. Hey, Robert, thanks. That's awesome. I appreciate you stopping by, man. Thank you.
Did you see what we pulled at the kitchen table this Monday?
I did. What's his name for the Lions?
We got an Amon St. Brown pink refractor autograph,
mm-hmm.
But that wasn't the big hit of the night. The big hit of the night was in the beginning. You missed it.
Oh, yeah.
We opened a box of Heritage from this year, hobby
mm-hmm.
box. Now, I must have opened hundreds of those boxes at the store for packs and box breaks over the years. Never pulled an autographed box topper. And we pulled it. And it was an Adley Rushman rookie.
No.
It was crazy.
You pulled an Adley Rushman auto?
Out of a box topper. It was a $3 box break spot, I think it was.
Ooh, they got their money's worth.
One of the kids won it.
That's awesome. That's what it's all about. The hobby's about the kids,
Cameron won it. He's a pretty good hockey player in the area. I think he's about 11 or 12. And he likes hockey mostly, so it's funny. He says, I'm going to sell it, and I'm going to, because he likes the Pirates. I'm going to sell it and buy hockey cards. I said, okay, there you go. And so he's gonna be rolling in the dough pretty soon.
There you go. We got JB's ghost hunting and other hobbies. Yeah, are they giving free Braves jerseys with every car? What is LOL? Hi guys, JB ghost hunting, man. He don't like his Braves, man. We love you, John, man. I tell you this, JB ghost hunting and other hobbies has got a great channel, y'all.
I followed him in the CBE too, I think.
Yeah, he was in the CBE. I'm telling you, I went to him. We were talking about shorts earlier, and him and Sith have been like those two channels have helped me so much with growing my channel and with shorts. And we just hit 1 million views here on the channel just recently. And it's possible because of Sith and JB's Ghost Hunting and John, man. And I really appreciate all that he did to help me. Really great guy, great channel. Y'all go sub him up. He's got a wonderful channel, and y'all go jump on. JB's really awesome. Oh, we got some other, man, we got tons of people. Man, thank you all popping in here. Good grief. It's blowing up the chat right now. We got Matty Ice in the house. Matty Ice is a big Cubs fan. He's got a
Uh-huh.
great channel. He was just at the National a while back. Budget Rips in the house.
Guys on here. Oh yeah.
Random Rips. Random Rips is my Braves brother down in South Georgia. He's got a great channel. Y'all got to sub up to him. Y'all sub everybody up here. Incarnito Sports Cards. Y'all want to sub to him? Jump on his bus. The Card Hobbyist Patrick coming from Augusta, Georgia, the home of the Masters. Theodore Rivera in the house. Hey, Theodore, welcome. Glad to have you. Your sports card ripping teacher. So many awesome people here in the chat, y'all. Thank you all for stopping by. Jay Thompson in the house. Thank you, man, Jay. Like I said, y'all, Daryl's channel is in the link below. Y'all sub him up, and let's get Daryl. We are 19 subscribers away from Daryl hitting 500. I want to see him hit that, man. I want to see Daryl to 1K, baby. Daryl to 1K. Let's see it next year. He don't care about it, but I want to see him do that.
It won't work for me. I answer all those my comments. Well, you know that.
Yeah. Dude, every time I drop a video, Daryl's in there supporting me. He has a thing on his channel. He has featured channels where he features. Daryl, you want to talk about it? All the channels you feature in there.
I got. If you're family friendly, and most guys produce pretty good content anyway. But if you're family friendly, that's the big thing. And you want to be a featured channel, you just let me know, and I put you down below on my channel. I just started the YouTube about a year and a half ago. I was on it like 11 years ago, and I had a pretty good following. And then the store got so busy that I stopped doing YouTube, and I basically just concentrated on Facebook, because to me, Facebook is more of a local crowd.
Yeah,
that was more valuable. I mean, on Facebook, I think I have 4,900 and some friends.
Yeah, I saw it today. I think you had 4,200, 300, something like that. I just added you. You need to add me as a friend. I added you as a friend today on Daryl.
You can only have, I think you have a limit there of 5,000 friends.
Yeah. So, you do?
Yeah, I think there's a limit. You can have
I didn't know that. Yeah.
But the friends, the limit's like 5,000. I don't know if you ever clicked on anybody and then it said you can't friend them because they already got 5,000.
Yeah.
So I'm always between 4,900 and 5,000. But I concentrate on there, and we have a big following on Facebook. Yeah. So about a year and a half ago, when I decided to do this almost like a story online type of thing with the card shop stories, I said, I'm going to revive the YouTube channel. But it's funny, the old videos were still there. I had lost most of my followers because I didn't broadcast nothing for like 11 years. But, we used to do promo videos for the store, and some of that stuff. I actually have some of my employees ended up becoming pretty famous. I don't know if you've seen those videos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, can I turn it over to you on the big screen real quick? I've got a cat stuck in a room right now.
Go ahead.
And y'all, this is a cat timeout. Sprinkles is in another room with the door shut, and I accidentally just locked her in there. So, Daryl, I'm going to let you turn it over to you and let you talk a little bit about the channel. Are you ready?
Yeah. I'm going to get the chat up so I can see the chat a little bit.
There you go.
If I miss you on the chat, everybody, it's only because I can see about 3 comments. So, but here we go. But anyway, if anybody wants to be a featured channel, I'll check it out. And as long as you're family friendly, we'll put you on there. Because what I do is when I do a YouTube video, I put everything on Facebook too. So there's a lot of people to watch. We have a lot of fun. Oh, the famous employees. I got a few. Well, all my employees were great. Because some of them might be listening. But no, I had a lot of good employees. I rarely hired anybody that wasn't a customer in the store as a kid, So one of my famous employees back in 2017, he won the World Series of Poker. Scott Bloomstein. I don't know if you guys know that name. He was the World Series of Poker champ. I believe it was $8.2 million. And he's still in Las Vegas, professional gambler. Nice kid. I remember he won something, I think at the Borgata or something in Atlantic City, and it was a couple $100,000. But he had a backer, so he got half of it. And he came into the store with his father, who collects. They both collected for years. They're in some of my old videos, actually, with box breaks we did 15 years ago. And he said they bought some boxes, and he says, well, I think I'm going to get into the big one. I said, well, you got the money. He ended up with, after taxes, about $60,000, so he only got half the money. And he went into the big one and won it all. $8.2 million, Zach.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, he had the backers, so he ended up with half, and then once the taxes came out, but he bought a villa in Las Vegas. He's living the high life over there, and he's having fun. He's just a professional poker player. Another guy who you might see in the hobby worked for me for 7 years, Ryan Devine. Ryan Devine right now works for JSA, Jimmy Spence.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably one of his best guys over there. He graduated from Rutgers University, big Rutgers guy. He always used to come in with those big Rutgers shirts and stuff. And
I grow a lot of Rutgers tomatoes at my farm.
There you go. He founded the Shot Club, I think it was. It's something they do at tailgate Rutgers games. So he's pretty well known over there. I think him and his cousin were voted like #1 fan one year or something like that for Rutgers. They're crazy. They go to everything. They even go to like wrestling matches and stuff. Mm-hmm. So, but he's a great kid. He found a little college job. It wasn't anything substantial. And one day, Jimmy Spence, who I know, was in the store, and I knew he was looking for a full-time job, Ryan. I had a part-time job for him. And I said, Jimmy, you need anybody full-time? And he says, yeah. I said, well, Ryan needs a job. So you have to take a test when you go in there. And if you don't pass the test, you don't have a chance to have a job there. But he worked for me for 7 years and mostly listing things, autographs, everything. So he passed the test, and he's been there for almost 6 years, and he's one of the top guys over there.
That's awesome.
Tells me that all he does basically is just travels the country and goes to shows or goes to, what did he tell me? I think it was the first week he was working. He was going to some rich guy's house that Dr. J was going to be signing at.
Oh, wow.
So he basically sits there, witnesses the signing, and then, gives you the certificate for it. But that's what's going on. A lot of these guys that have giant collections and stuff, they do what they call a house call. And they'll have JSA or whatever go to their house and certify everything. And sometimes they have a private signing with the players too. I got a lot of guys like that.
Hey, tell some of the famous YouTubers. You were telling me, you want to share one of them that you were just talking to me about earlier? It came in.
Oh, okay. Oh, Pac-Man. Pac-Man. He's world famous.
Yes.
Great kid. He came to my Morris Plains store a couple of times because he doesn't live that close to the Morris Plains. But when I opened in Randolph, where he's pretty close to, he came right away, and I think that might have been his senior year of high school. And he had already started very slowly the YouTube channel, and I would supply him with stuff, and he was growing pretty fast. Nice kid, gentleman, and so he basically, during the pandemic, a lot of guys, our store was closed in New Jersey for 10 months with the pandemic, completely closed, although I was selling on the internet. And then I think after a while, maybe for 2 months, it was curbside only. So I hope nobody's listening, but what I did was I went in there to meet the FedEx guy. I had a great FedEx guy because Panini and Topps were still sending us stuff,
Yeah.
So he would save it till Friday, and I would go in there on Friday morning, and he'd show up anywhere from like 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock, and I'd wait for him. And I used to tell customers, you can come in, you got to sneak in though, 1 or 2 at a time. That's it. And I had the glass things and everything, we all wore masks and all that. So they came in, and he was one of them.
So, he's a legend.
Let
me go something here to the chat. Lively, they were talking about some other people wanting to stop by. Boy, I'd be honored to have Lively on here. Also, Sports Card Ripping Teacher, man, I'd love to have you on here. Any of you guys that ever want to come on the channel, just let me know. Hit me up on Instagram, or I'll try to hit you up on Instagram. I'd be honored to have any of you guys on here. It'd be awesome to hang out with y'all. We're trying to. I want to have more guests on here every week, and I'm so honored to have Daryl here with me tonight. And like I said, y'all, his channel is in the description below and in the title. And let's get it. He's 19 subscribers away to 500, y'all. And if you're watching us on the replay, I hope we can get him at least close to it, or push him over that. It'd be pretty awesome. So yeah, that'd be honored. I see that in the chat, y'all. I didn't want to interrupt Daryl, but yeah, that would be awesome. couple other things here in the chat as well. All right, that'd be awesome, man. So pumped to have Lively here. His channel is exploding. I am super pumped from him. I'm watching his channel just explode. He is doing awesome stuff on there. Daryl, you ready to rip some packs tonight?
Yeah, you want to go first?
Well, first, yeah, I'm gonna open up some mail real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Do y'all know who Guru and Wahoo the Turtle is, y'all? He's got a great channel. We call him the Bipster. He was called the Fanatic Card Guru for a while, but now he's called Guru and Wahoo the Turtle. He's from Atlanta. He's a great YouTuber. I think he's super close to 1,200 subscribers. I think he was just 19 or 15 away this afternoon. So if you're not subscribed to Guru and Wahoo the Turtle, if you're watching this on the replay, his channel's in the description below. Let's get him to 1,200 subscribers. He's a great guy to help you grow your channel. He gives you a lot of good advice on how to connect, growing your channel. But he's also a great sports card collector. He used to own a card shop as well in the Atlanta area, and he's a lot like Daryl in aspects. I like talking to people that have had experience. I just love card shops as a kid. I keep saying that, but that's where the love of this hobby started for me. And that Guru is a guy that's been there. So he had a giveaway just recently, and he has Wahoo the Turtle on here, but I can't show it to y'all because it's got addresses. But well, it really probably doesn't matter for Guru because he doesn't live at this address because he just moved to South Georgia. But I'm still not going to show it here on YouTube because it's got my address, and I really don't want to share that across the world to YouTube. But we're going to open this up from him. Zach, we need to have a blaster box battle of UGA and Alabama in the SEC championship. Roll Timerman is on. Let's do it. If Georgia plays Alabama, because that may be Georgia's only tough game all season is Alabama. So, yeah, let's do it. All right, so I got this letter here. Let's see here. He says I was a big winner. He messaged me, and he says, Zach, you're the big winner. Oh, look what he sent me. Oh, my gosh.
What'd you get?
Woo! This is a PC favorite. Okay, first, this is a Randy Johnson.
Oh, they're nice.
And I like him. You know, the big unit right there. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me see if I can put it up to the camera a little bit. There's Randy Johnson right there, y'all. And this is a reprint of his 1989. Maybe this is a real 1980. This is a real 1989 rookie card. It's in such good shape. I'm like, usually you see these are not. That's a rookie there, Randy Johnson. That's a monster right there. That's 89 tops right there. Or is that traded? Yes, that's a traded. It's 89 update. Well, back then they called it update. No, they called it traded back then. Tops traded, like 86 tops and 87 tops back in the day. That's 89 tops right there. And then look at this. This is a PC favorite. Now, you may not know this guy, but this guy I love. He's a future Hall of Famer. He sent me a Matt Ryan rookie card, y'all. Look at that. Future Hall of Famer, possibly. One of my favorite Falcons quarterbacks of all times. I love Matt Ryan.
Everybody was collecting him at one time.
What's that?
Everybody was collecting him. He was a hot rookie.
Yeah. I love that. Look at that. There it is. That's his 2008 Matt Ryan Topps rookie right there. Got the rookie logo up there at the top. Man, this is my favorite quarterback of all time is Steve Bartkowski, but this is my second favorite quarterback of all time for the Atlanta Falcons right there. I love that, man. I know he lost the Super Bowl to New England. Look, I had to in the third quarter. I called my dad, said, "Let's go to the Super Bowl parade," and then they lost it to Tom Brady. But still, he will always be my favorite Atlanta Falcons quarterback of all time. He had a great career, y'all. People kind of underestimate his career. He gets ragged on that Super Bowl, but his career was amazing. Put up a lot of great numbers, and I'm hoping he'll go in the Hall of Fame in the future. So, huge thanks to Guru and Wahoo the Turtle. That is awesome cards. But that's awesome, man. Thank you very much, Guru. I really appreciate it. So, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna rip some packs here. We're gonna rip 3 packs of Topps trading cards. Now I'm going to do this right here. I'll put it on myself on the big screen when I rip this. Then, Daryl, you can take a water break. So I'll put it on the small screen.
You got it.
But we're going to rip some Formula One. Okay. We're going to rip some baseball. And we're going to rip some college football. Who's ready about college? Look at this, Roll Tiderman. Our first card is going to be an Alabama Crimson Tide right here for your Alabama Tide. Woo! Got the elephants. And so I'm super pumped about college football season this year. My Georgia Bulldogs are going for a 3-time national championship this year. I can't wait. But these things are awesome, man. They have autos in here this year. They didn't have autos last year. So I had a great time last year. I opened up some Garbage Pail Kids, some soccer, and some baseball last year. It was super fun. So we're going to start out with some Formula One. Then we're going to rip some college football, and then we're going to finish it off with baseball. Now, I went to 3 different card shops. And I don't get to go to a lot of card shops because they're in Metro Atlanta, and I live about 65 miles outside of Atlanta. But when I go down there, I make National Trading Card a day. I go and support the hobby. I go in there and buy some hobby packs, and then I get my free pack as well because I really think local card shops are the heart of the hobby. Now, I'm a retail guy. You see me at Walmart. I was at Walmart tonight. Made some great pickups. Well, I hit the restock tonight at Walmart. And I love going out and retail sports card hunt because up here where I live, I don't have any card shops. So I'm going to turn myself over here to the big screen, and we're going to rip these packs, y'all. And are y'all ready? All right. You there, Daryl? You still there?
I'm still here.
All right. I'm going to let Daryl take a water break, and he can take a break. So here you go. I have never ripped any Formula One, y'all. This is the first time I've ever ripped this. And so it's going to be something new. We're going to do it like this, y'all, because I'd have picked this up and bring it over to the studio. It would take me forever. So we're going to go ahead and rip this. And thank you all for joining me. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to Daryl. Like, subscribe, comment. Super pumped to have him here with me tonight. And thank y'all for joining me as well. And here we go, y'all. We're going to pull some fire out of here. Let's see what we get. All right. We're going to start off with this guy now here. I don't know. Daryl, do you know anybody that's good in Formula One?
I don't know much about it.
I don't either. We're going to throw these up. If y'all know who they are in the chat, let me know. I know NASCAR, but I don't know Formula One that well.
Yeah, I know NASCAR a little bit, but Formula One, no.
There's Lance. Our first card is Lance Stroll right here. He drives for Aston Martin. I don't know who he is, but I've never heard of him. But that's our first card. Our second card is Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso right there. So these are kind of cool. I've never ripped Formula One before. I ripped a lot of NASCAR. Our second card is Lando Norris. I'm like Lando Calrissian right here. Lando Norris. He's good. Who's good? Let me know who's good. I don't know who's good.
I haven't heard of none of them.
I haven't either. Charles Leclerc. He drives a Ferrari right here. Okay. And then our last one is Logan Sargent. And he's clapping there. I guess he's clapping for himself. I don't know. And then you get this, learn about the collecting and the hobby card. So that's pretty cool. All right, so there's my first pack of Pete Alonso's brother. That's Pete Alonso's brother? I don't know about that.
Zach, did you get
Alonso? Pete Alonso's from Florida. Where is this guy from? He's from Spain. I don't think that's right.
Did you get a choice of packs when you went in the store, Zach?
Okay. In the 3 stores I went to, the first one just had them sitting there on the table and said, you just get whatever pack you want, okay? Mm-hmm. The second one I went into, they let me pick what sport I wanted. So the first one I picked out football. The second one I picked out baseball. Now, the third shop I went into, they had them all together, jam-packed together. And I was trying to go for another baseball one. And they said, here's what we got to do. We know there's autos in this, so you cannot pick what pack you want. You have to just pick a pack, and whatever pack that is, you get that. And that's how I got Formula One, and because I really wanted baseball. And I got Formula One. I said, could y'all switch me with baseball? And they wouldn't do it. But I understand what they were doing. They were being fair to the customers because there'll be people in there trying to get the ones with the autos, and I understand that. So I was like, well, I've never ripped Formula One, so it's something new, It's something I never ripped. And I think they were doing the right thing. I just, just me. I'm in there like, come on, I want the, But hey, that's a good thing they were doing, so that everybody got a fair chance, and I think that was the right thing to do.
And now you want Formula One cards.
Yeah. So I've never ripped Formula One, so something new. All right, so here we go into pack number 2, and pack number 2 is we're going into college football. So, Daryl, are you a college football fan at all?
I don't watch hardly any college sports.
No. No.
I enjoy it, but well, lately I've been watching some pro sports, but college almost nothing. I used to be years ago when I had a life, but when you own a card shop, that goes away a lot.
Who's your team? Rutgers?
Yeah, I'm actually a member of the Rutgers fan club or something like that. That kid Ryan put me in there. So,
oh, really? All right. Maybe we'll pull some Rutgers in here. Let's see.
For Rutgers, you know.
Yeah, there you go. I always like Rutgers tomatoes because they grow really well down here in the South. I always think about them because it's named after, it was created at Rutgers University.
All right. I didn't even know that.
Yep. They're good tomatoes.
Yeah.
Tomatoes from the farm.
Let's see. And they're all going to be college, Bowman University.
Yeah, they're all Bowman. Now, they came out with Bowman U Chrome, which I absolutely love. Those were just awesome.
Yeah, I have
those.
Somehow I ended up with some of that.
I love Bowman's, and I love what they're doing here, what Topps is doing there with these Bowman U. Now that this year they started to include the college uniform on there. The first year they did this, they didn't have the college logo or anything. But this year they have the rights to the college logos, and I love that because being a Georgia Bulldog fan, I now can pull my favorite team out of here, So I love this. Down here in the South, Daryl, where you live, NFL sports predominantly are the thing. Pro sports are. But down here in the South, college football, it's just, especially here in Atlanta, you're either Georgia, Florida, Georgia Tech, Alabama, Auburn, Tennessee. You pick a team and you put the flag out in front of your home, and that's the team you stand for. And everywhere you go on Monday morning, if your team wins, you're talking, my team won, we beat Auburn. It's big down here.
We got so many professional sports; it's hard to keep track of them.
Yeah. And the Atlanta sports teams, except I think the Braves are popular throughout the South, but the Falcons and the Hawks are predominantly more popular in the Metro Atlanta area.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of Hawks and Falcons fans in Alabama and South Carolina and Tennessee, but the Braves are. I think TBS did a lot of that. They're popular. Braves are popular throughout the United States.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to start off with this guy right here, Dallas Turner of Alabama. Roll Tiderman will like that one right there. There you go. And then our second card is Mason Smith right here of the LSU Tigers. LSU is supposed to have a really good team this year. There you go. And then our next one is, here you go, a Penn State Lion, a Nittany Lion right here. You got Nick Singleton right here for Penn State. They always have a good team. And then our last one is Cameron Ward of Washington State. Oh, I bet what's their name? Pack Busters love them because they love Washington State. That's their team, I think. Or there's the Cougars. Yeah, that's them. That's Washington State right there. And our next card is Tyler Buchner of Notre Dame. I know David Kelly and Jordan Squad love Notre Dame. He's a big Notre Dame fan right now. Tyler Buchner. My daughter goes to CSU Go Rams. Oh, that's Colorado State University swag. Oh, that's awesome, man. So there you go. And then I think that's it. There you go. So that's pretty cool. I love college football, and I have to look up these guys. I haven't heard of them, but maybe they got some potential down the road. All right, let's go to the chat. That's why the Braves were America's team. Yeah, I totally agree. Awesome cars. Let's see. Falcons are popular in Augusta as well, says the card hobbyist. Well, yeah, when I was in Augusta, I was surprised how many Falcons fans there were. My wife's from Augusta. Augusta is the home of the Masters. Augusta. Victor Negron Cards in the house. Hey, Victor, how you doing, man? Shout out to Victor, man. Thanks. Victor's got a great channel. All right, now we're going to rip some baseball. And on the front of this is Jock Peterson. Jock Peterson, man, we love Jocktober in Atlanta because he helped us win that World Series in 2021. And he's now on the Giants. But I went to the Braves game last year, and I was in the first row, and I was right behind Jock Peterson over in right field. And we were yelling, Jocktober. And we love it. We still love him down here in Atlanta. Yeah, go Irish, says Sports Car Ribbon Teacher. Yeah, I bet he loves Notre Dame, too. A lot of Notre Dame fans there in Chicago, I know. All right, there's Jock Peterson right there, so we love Jocktober. And then our next card, Bryce Harper right there for Philadelphia. Bryce Harper. I love. I'm a Braves fan, but I love Bryce Harper, and I like him. He also wears the 3, the same number as Dale Murphy. So I'm always a big Bryce Harper fan. And our next card, here you go. Shout out to CCB and all Jay's Mix and all those awesome Canadians. We got Vladdy Guerrero Jr. right there. Shout out to Vladdy, man. And then our next one. Ooh, here's a good rookie right here. Jordan Walker right there. That's my first Jordan Walker card right there. He's a good rookie right there. A lot of people pulling him out of Series 2 right now. And Topps Chrome. And our next one is, here to shout out the Bronco Baseball Card Illustrated. We got a Christian Yelich right there. And that's it. All right. So we did get, really excited about that Jordan Walker rookie right there, because that's one of the top rookies you want to get this year out of the pack. So that was a pretty good pack. That's why I wanted baseball, man. You get all the good rookies in there. There's a lot of good rookies this year. All right. So there we go. There's our 3 packs. And a huge thanks to Guru. And I'm going to put Daryl back here on the big screen. There we go.
Oh, I'm back.
There we go. There's our 3 packs. Pound do it for Dale. Thank y'all, man. We still got 22 in the chat. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are staying with me, too. Thank y'all. And I'm honored to have Daryl here with me. One of the best. And super pumped. Thank you, Dale. Did you get that water break in?
I got my mug.
Oh, there you go.
The boys gave me this for Christmas. So if you look, it's got the old store logo on one side, right? Sports Page MC Game Room. Then on the other side, this is Mr. 95 Cent Kitchen Table Box Breaks.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's an old and new mug, but these things are crazy. Was it like a Yeti, they call it?
Yep.
You can put a few ice cubes in there, and for like 10, 12 hours, it stays cold.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I got my Pepsi mixed with my my Diet Pepsi mixed with my A&W Diet Cream Soda. But whenever you want me to go try to get an Ellie De La Cruz, let me know.
That's great. All right, I'm going to turn it over to you and let you do that. You ready?
All right, let me see. All right, we got the 2022 here. Let me get my Panini box cutter and see what we got. Because I tell you, I went through a lot of stock, and I've only found a couple Ellie De La Cruzes. So I put them away, and I said, so I knew Zach was going to open something, so I said, let me see if I got something. So I went and found this box upstairs. It's funny. This box here was in the kitchen table for $50, I think I had it for. So I do one show a month, maybe 2. I was going to the show, and all I do is I take 1 box of wax, and I just grab stuff from the kitchen. Because I got an unusual kitchen. I got over 300 boxes displayed in the kitchen, believe it or not. One of these days, I'll show you guys on video. So I grabbed it, and I keep it the same prices. And this dealer comes up to me and says, "Oh, let me have that box." I said, "All right, you know." So they said, "You got any more?" Oh, right away, I knew something was wrong. So I says, "I think I might. I don't know." So, but not here. You know, I only took 1 box with me. So I'll email you. I want all you want, all you got, or whatever. So it turned out to selling on eBay for like $85, $90. Anyway.
Yeah. Ever since Eli De La Cruz came in, and he's so hot. I mean,
Yeah.
those cards have just skyrocketed, you know?
And we'll see how long that lasts. Now you hear Wander Franco don't look good, right?
Yeah. They were just talking about that in the chat.
Yeah. One of the guys that came in the house today to pick up some stuff says he might be done with his career.
Yeah, there's a lot of
crazy.
stuff.
All right, let's see. You're gonna laugh. You know, we got first card.
Who's that?
Wander Franco rookie.
No!
I better stop talking about him. I might get more of them. I don't know.
Wonder Mania's over with, I guess.
Right away. The first card. Does that mean the box is gonna be like that? I don't know. I got a Jonathan India.
There you go.
Some great rookies in this set, though.
Yeah.
We got the Mookie Bet there.
X-Ray Heck, he loves his Mookie Betts. He's a big Dodgers fan. And Sid Spontics love their
He likes
Dodgers.
to bet. Got a Hey Song Kim. That's the Padres. That's Paul.
That's Paul in the 619. Yeah, Paul loves his Padres.
We got a Gavin Sheets rookie. I mean, they probably got at least 8 or 10 decent rookies in this set. It's a great set to open. We got a Jorge Vivas first Bowman. I don't know who he is. He's probably still in the minors. got a Reginald Presado. Got a Norge Vera. Oh, these are first Bowman. And we got some chrome. Let's see, we got a Jose Ramos first Bowman chrome, and we got a Maximo Acosta.
Oh, there you go. I got his first Bowman the year before that. He's supposed to be a good prospect.
Yeah, I've heard of him. I do sports all day long, with the cards and stuff. And I get my little break. I go in the living room. I have a little dinner. Usually I watch the news because I haven't watched the news. And then usually I do a second shift out here because I love my cards. Don't get me wrong. I just go through. I like cards better than I do watching games. So,
yeah, I've gotten to be like that too.
Especially my Yankees stink. So
I feel like in the winter when my Hawks are bad and my Falcons are bad.
I got my nephew working for the Braves, and he keeps texting me brooms and stuff. Texting me a broom. So I got to show it. Let me see it before I go on to the next.
That's okay, Daryl. In 98, 97, I went to the airport thinking the Braves were going to win the World Series against the Yankees.
Everybody thought they were going to win, right?
And they blew it. And oh man, it was crazy. We went to the airport to welcome the Braves home from after they won those first couple of games. We thought this is going to be the year, and then they just like many times in the 90s, we welcomed them home thinking they were going to win it, and they blew it.
I showed Zach this. I got to show the guys. If you see this mug at Atlanta Stadium, tell him you know me. He's funny. That's
awesome.
my nephew number 2. Nephew number 2.
That's awesome.
He's head of stadium logistics and operations at Brave Stadium.
Now, one of your other nephews plays a lot of hockey, doesn't he?
Well, I got two younger nephews, 13 and 16, that are pretty good hockey players. Mm-hmm. The one's going to be playing. The 16-year-old got drafted playing for some team, the New York Saints.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, they're a pretty big club team up there. The only problem is I got to go way up to Muncie, New York, which is like an hour and 15-minute drive. Wow. I said to them the other day, couldn't you get something closer for Uncle Darryl? And he said, all the teams down near you, Uncle Darryl, they suck. So I want to play on a good team, so I had to go up there. He was on a good team last year. He was on a team called the Hitmen. And it wasn't bad. It was in Wayne, New Jersey, which is like a half an hour from me. Mm-hmm. So he's still going to be playing high school. Lakeland High. They actually made it to the second round of the states last year with him. So we'll see what happens. We got a Hyun Ryu. Got Nelson Cruz. Got a Seth Beer rookie card. All right, we got a Ryan Mountcastle. Vidal Brujan rookie. Got an Arol Vera. Brandon Valenzuela, Benny Montgomery, Diego Rinsones chrome.
That's a first right there.
Yeah, first Bowman, and we got a Sal Frelick chrome.
That's a good one. That's a good first. Is that a first?
Nah, it's probably just a prospect.
Yeah, I think he's a good prospect. I've heard people talking about him. I think his first came a couple years ago.
I know the Yankees prospects and a couple other guys. That's about it. We do have this the AA ball team plays about a half an hour from here. So we got a pretty good location here. The Yankee Somerset Patriots, which is their AA team, and most of the spot for rehab and regular Yankees is not even a half hour away. And then, basically 2 miles down the road is the Jets facility.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
Go down there and watch Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I'm like 2 miles from Florham Park.
Oh, wow.
Haven't been down there yet. I hear you got to have like a ticket or something. I don't know.
I bet you do with Aaron Rodgers down there.
It's crazy. You used to be able to just walk over there and go see them. Now I think you got to go online. You got to register. It's like a lottery almost to go see them because there's so many people that want to go see Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
We got what is that? Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Here he is. You got a Juan Yepes rookie. Miguel Cabrera. You got a Jordan Alvarez. Now, this guy's pretty good for you, isn't he? Spencer Strider.
Yes. Oh, that's a big rookie for us. He's been playing so good this year. He had a good first rookie year, and he's playing great in the second year too.
One of the kids down here, my old salesman from GTS Distribution.
Uh-huh.
They live right outside of Marietta there, and they're really crazy Brave fans. They go to all the games. They're season ticket holders. They go out. You can never call him for an order after like 4:00 on a Friday if the Braves were home, because they go tailgating like 3:00. Yeah. So I send a kid a whole bunch. Whatever I get in Braves, I send them usually.
Oh, that's awesome.
You got a Jeremy.
All on 619 shout out. He's going to call it a night tonight. Thank you. Sorry about that, Daryl. I wanted to just thank you, Eric, for stopping by. And Henry S., thank you for being here tonight. Thank y'all all being here. I really appreciate everyone. Dirk, everyone, y'all. Southern boys in the house. Thank y'all. Okay, Daryl, sorry.
Stay up and watch me pull my Ellie De La Cruz.
That's right, y'all. Come on. Hey. Watch the replay, y'all.
I'm staying up. I'm old, and I got to get up a quarter after 6 tomorrow. We got a Curtis Mead first Bowman. Got a Pedro Pineda. There's another Brandon Valenzuela first Bowman Chrome, and a Maximo Acosta Chrome. Oh, they give you 2 like bonus packs too. Look at that.
Yeah, you get the mojos in there. I pulled an auto out of one of the mojos other week.
Well,
I think 1 and 2 of those have an auto in them.
Maybe my Ellie De La Cruz will be in the mojos.
Oh, that would be.
Let's see. We got a Andrew Benintendi. We got a Joe Ryan rookie. Josiah Gray rookie. Got a Rodolfo Castro rookie. A Connor Wong rookie. You know what's funny about this stuff? Between my kitchen table box break crew and the guys I trade with, it's amazing. When I open a box of cards, if I don't want to like sell them or something, I give away. I have people I can give away or trade like 90% of this stuff. It's nuts.
Wow.
Yeah, it's nuts. People, even at the kitchen table, even though it's local, like Julie likes Minnesota. Another guy's a Pirate fan. It's crazy. We got a Alvin Guzman first Bowman. A Jeter Downs. Okay, I like this guy with the Yankees. I like all Yankees anyway. Oswaldo Cabrera.
Oh, that's a first too. That's a really good one, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a pretty good player. I mean, he can play almost any position for you.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about him.
Yeah, for that's a very valuable thing for a player like that to be able to play every position. We got a Matt Frazier first Bowman Chrome, and Alexander Vargas. I haven't heard of him, even though he's a Yankee. So he must be down on the farm there. But,
who's the AAA for the Yankees now? It used to be Columbus.
Oh, I'm not sure. I think they're in Pennsylvania now or something.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
I was in Columbus, Ohio. I lived in Cleveland for a summer. I did an internship, and I stopped in Columbus and saw the Columbus Clippers play. But this is like 99. They were the AAA for the Yankees then, so I just wondered who they were now.
I ended up way back when, because Jeter played there, the Columbus Clippers. And I had this guy walk in the store one day. Says, now this is back in the 90s. He said, I used to work at the Columbus Clipper Stadium. I said, oh, that's nice. I've got Columbus Clipper yearbooks with inside is a strip of Derek Jeter cards.
Oh, wow.
And this is later 99. Jeter already made it, was a big player for the Yankees. And I said, how many you got? So I think I bought like 100 from him. I bought whatever he had. And he said to me, $10 a piece. I said, oh, no problem. Right? I think in the end, we ended up selling them once he got better and better for like $50 a piece.
Oh, wow.
People were fighting for them.
Yeah.
I'd only put so many out.
In the chat, they're saying Scranton Wilkesboro is now the AAA for the Yankees.
Pennsylvania, yeah.
Scranton, yeah. Scranton. I think of The Office when I think of Scranton.
We got a lot of guys that go to the games here, so they'll talk about it. Oh, look, here's the Mojos.
Here's the Mojos, y'all.
Hey, we got Elijah Tatis first Bowman Mojo.
Oh, there you go. That's Fernando Tatis's like brother or relative or something.
They're all Mojo Chromes, it looks like.
One of his relatives, I think.
We got, I never heard of this guy, Simon Muzziotti, first Bowman from the Phillies.
Wow, Phillies. Shout out JB's Ghost Hunting and more, man. Loves his Phillies.
We got a Rookie of the Year Mojo rookie, Jaron Duran.
There you go.
Got a First Bowman Logan Cerny.
Those are so nice with the Mojos. I just really like.
And they give you 2 packs of them.
Yeah.
And we got a Diego Rinsones First Bowman Mojo.
I think mine just had 1.
Yeah, we got 2 packs here.
That's cool.
2 packs. Yeah. Like 2-pack Jimmy. You know,
Jimmy, yeah. I subscribe to it, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Once in a while, he does more than 2 packs, though. You got to watch him.
That's like my 3-pack Thursday. Sometimes I do more than 3 packs.
I'm doing 1 3. See that? Let's see. We got a Dustin Harris First Bowman. A Robbie Martin Jr. First Bowman. Got a Pedro Leon. This guy's got a weird first name. Warming. That's his first name. Warming.
Wormy?
Warming. Like getting warm.
Oh, okay.
Warming Burnable.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, he plays for Swag's Colorado Rockies.
All right. And a Luis Rodriguez.
There you go.
So I didn't get no Ellie De La Cruz. What are you going to I never get nothing. Well, I don't want to say
good stuff. What about that Joe Burrow auto you pulled one time?
Oh, that was, let's see. The first video I ever did on YouTube after my big hiatus, I had some Obsidian boxes. What happened was I was a big customer at GTS Distribution. So we had a package that was supposed to come in before Christmas. And I was buying a lot of stuff from them. We had a very busy store, probably the busiest store in New Jersey. My orders from them would be anywhere from $8,000 to $15,000 a week just from them, and we were direct with all the companies too. So this big package got lost in the mail. Nobody could find it. You know, UPS lost it. So they sent me a replacement. You know, they knocked the bill out. They just X the bill out. He said, "Well, you didn't get it, so don't pay for it, but pay for the new shipment," which I did. And that was back in November, the end of November probably of that year. That was the last year I had the store. I sold it April 1st on April Fool's Day.
There you go.
So in March, all of a sudden the UPS guy, who we knew very well because he was at the store every day, comes in with this big beat up package with like 30 stickers on it. And he goes, "I don't know where this come from, but it's yours." And I looked at it and I says, "That looks like it might be the missing package from November." And this is March. So we opened it up and a lot of the stuff was damaged, So I called up GTS and I said, "Well, I got the package. Half of it's good, half of it's sort of damaged. The boxes anyway, So he says to me, and he knew I was retiring, selling the store. He goes, "We got credit from UPS. They paid us because they lost it. And you're retiring, so happy retirement. Just take it." And in there was 6 Obsidian football boxes.
Oh, wow.
A couple were slightly banged up. So I said, "All right, I'll keep those." They're pretty hard boxes. So inside. So I used one on my first video, and then I used one on my my annual anniversary after 1 year. The first one I did, I pulled a Justin Herbert Contra, the white Contra.
Yeah.
Who at the time was going for like $3,000 or $4,000. And then the 1 year after, I opened the second box, and I got the Joe Burrow.
Yep. Hey, I won a hanger box in that 1 year anniversary. I remember you sent me. Thank you, by the way. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's all right.
That was awesome. Thank you.
And
Thank you for all the awesome card you sent me, Daryl. I really appreciate it.
I try to send everybody what they like, and I know you like the Braves, so
one of the most generous people on YouTube, y'all, is Daryl. And I'm telling you, I'll win a card on this channel. I won a Fran Tarkenton. When I won that Fran Tarkenton, I was so pumped.
A Georgia card.
Yeah, because I'm a University of Georgia grad. I love my dogs, and then be numbered. That was a dream. I put that on Facebook. I was so pumped to have that card. And Daryl throws you in some. Man, he threw me in an Ozzie Albies rookie card from opening day. I could believe he threw in that one time. I mean, he just.
I get a lot of
one of the most generous people here in the card community. And when he does a video, he has like 3 or 4 giveaways of video, y'all. I mean,
four prizes for every video.
Yeah, unbelievable.
I got a lot of stuff, Zach. I bought whole stores out multiple times. So the guy bought my store, but he didn't buy my warehouse. So I still got the warehouse and the internet business, and
Yeah, I saw people want you to go to the warehouse. I saw that they want you to do it. I would not do not go there. No.
I got big security.
Yeah.
But-
There are militia with guns outside the warehouse. Don't go. Y'all do not go there.
Well, unfortunately, I never really had security here, but things change. The world's changed.
Yes.
So I have cameras, motion detectors, alarms, and if they get through all that, oh, geez, I want to say about 2.5 years ago, I became a firearms owner. So what are you going to do?
Hey, there's a question here. A sports car ripping teacher asked it. I'd like to know the answer to this too.
Yeah.
You told a story recently about this guy who came back. He wanted to know if the guy came back to the car show. You're trying to sell that Joe Burrow. Did that guy ever come back? And remember, he had looked at it and he wanted to pay you a certain amount for it.
He insulted me.
Yeah, he insulted you. That was it.
He insulted me. Yeah, with a really bad offer. He was told by the show promoter, because I complained, and he because I mean that I don't care. I mean, I got a little ticked off at him, but he kept coming at me. So I just said, oh no, I don't want to do that. He kept coming at me like real mad, like because I wouldn't sell it to him for nothing, So I just said, listen, just take off, take a walk, And I had other people. I'm talking to other people, and he's like insulting me from the side,
Mm-hmm.
So I said, and that got me more mad than anything else. Otherwise, I didn't care. So I told the two promoters of that show. I've known them for 35 years, So I would mention it to them, and I saw the guy at the next show, and he did look my way because he wanted to see if the Burrow was still in the case, I think. But he kept moving. I didn't say nothing. So I said to Sabi, my buddy, one of the guys that runs the show, I says, yeah, I saw that guy. He didn't say nothing. No, he says, I told him, don't bother you. He says, I told him he ain't supposed to bother you. I says, okay.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Most of the people that come to shows are fantastic, but
yeah,
you throw. I mean, I think we had about 200 people show at the last show, which is not bad. It's a small show. We only got about 25 tables.
Mm-hmm.
And, you throw 200 people in a room, you're going to have a couple of jerks. That's just the way it is.
Yeah. We have that. I was telling Daryl, I go and set up at farmer's market every Saturday. And when Daryl talks about setting up a card show, sometimes I know they're totally different things. I love both of them, but sports cards and farming. But they are somewhat similar in the aspect of you're setting up, you're selling to customers. You have to have a nice display. You have, a lot of different interactions with people and all that. I do see some similarities when I'm listening to your videos about car shop stories. I'm like, on car show stories, I'm like, oh, I see that sometimes with farmers markets.
Customers are customers. There's a lot of nice people, and then, like I said, every now and then you run into somebody. You try to be nice to them, but sometimes you can't be nice to them. It doesn't happen that often. That was the first time in a while that somebody actually got a little bit under my skin. Just a little bit.
Did you ever do card shows when you owned the shop? Did you do a lot of card shows then?
In the beginning.
The
store.
Mm-hmm.
I had a small store in Morristown, very small. It was maybe 500 square feet. That's when everybody had a shop. Every town had at least one around here anyway. We're talking 1994. But it's funny. I opened my store the year that the baseball strikes that year. And everybody said to me, you're crazy. You're opening a baseball card shop on the baseball. I says, I had a couple other businesses that I was getting out of. And I had sold one of them, and I was going to get ready to sell another one. And I had a few bucks that I can say, okay, well, if we don't do well for a couple of years, I'm doing all right. So that's what I did. What was the question? I forgot.
I was just asking about card shows and
I'm 67. Everybody, you gotta watch me.
What's that?
I'm 67. I forget sometimes.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Here's a question I got, and this is something I've never. Now, as a kid, I used to go to a lot of card shows. Now, for somebody who might be watching, and this includes me, I've been pondering the idea of setting up at a card show. What kind of advice would you give people out there that are wanting to set up card shows for the first time about what they need to do and some advice people that have never set up at card shows before. Now, I've been to a lot of card shows as a kid. And growing up as a kid, went to tons of card shows. We had like little Masonic lodges where they'd set up card shows. We'd go to. We had a place that have a card show every weekend that was in an old grocery store. I mean, I would go to a lot of card shows as a kid, but I've never set up at a card show. And I pondered the idea about it because I got some stuff I want to sell, and I've thought about it. What would be your advice to people like me and others?
I'll tell you what my experience is now. Like I started telling you before, I stopped doing card shows once the store got busy, and didn't do card shows for 20 years. Yeah, I didn't have time. We would have 500-600 people a week coming to the store. So I started back about it's almost been 2 years doing card shows, and I started off with a nice assortment of cards. I could bring anything, So I had some nice cards, and I had a couple little bargain boxes, but not much. I had at the time. I set up a $3 a card, and if you bought a bunch, 10 for 20 or something like that, they were decent cards. They were all probably cards that sell for $7-8, So they got a bargain. But I found more people buying out of that. I had some wax. I had a lot of wax.
Yeah. You sell a lot of wax, sealed wax?
I do. I don't go crazy. So let me finish telling you this one. So I changed it. A lot of it, I was doing well in the beginning. And what you're saying, this is 2 years ago. And then the economy started getting a little weak. Gas went up, food went up, people got less money. So I saw what was going on, and everybody's hitting the bargain boxes. So right now what I do is I set up one showcase of decent stuff, and I always try to make sure there's really good stuff in my showcase, but then you could buy something for $30 if you want, So I try to mix it up. Especially kids coming up to the showcase, I don't want them to say, "Oh, there's nothing here I can afford," So at least there's a $30, a bunch of stuff. I mix it up. But then I have boxes. I have a $10 box. If you buy 3 cards, you get them for $20. Then I have a couple of the $3 ones. I got a $1 one. I got a 50-cent one. And that's what's going on now. I'm doing okay again, because for a while there I wasn't, because people didn't have the money to spend, and I had really nice stuff. So, I gave them a deal, but I mean, like even to Joe Burrow, if I was to say, okay, $800, who's got $800 in their pocket?
Yeah, that's fair. Hey, and you want to talk about this? You have an eBay store, right? You want to talk about that in a few minutes and let everybody know about it?
We got an eBay store. It's I'm trying to remember what the hell it's under. I think it's under Mr. 95 Cents or the sports page. No, it's the sports page on there. So it's under the sports page. I think we're up to about 14,000 items now.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, I've been on eBay a long time. Back in the 90s when eBay started.
I got 100.
I was I was on trading boards before eBay came along.
Oh, wow.
So I was on the internet before eBay. What happened, I had a little bit of experience with computers because I used to be a manager of a big store, and we had computers, but there were those 6 foot high, 10 foot long computers, back in the day. So I had a little bit of experience with computers, and so right away when we started opening a store, I said, "Oh, let me get a computer, and we'll do that." And we actually had a pretty big network back then. There was no YouTube. That we didn't know what it was anyway. I don't even know if it existed back then. We're talking about 1994, 95, right around.
That's the year I graduated high school.
Well, we had eBay come along, but a lot of us waited a few months to see if it was the real thing, which I want to say within 6-7 months I joined it. But we used to do a lot of trading, a lot of buying and selling. And back then, like we're doing YouTube now with everybody, we would do phone calls, conference phone calls back in the day. And I would close the store at 9 o'clock at night. We had a once a week, 10 o'clock at night phone call thing with about 6 or 8 people, mostly store owners back then. And they were as far as Nova Scotia to California.
Oh, wow.
And it was not always the same 6 or 8 guys, but we'd have like a get together and talk about the hobby like we're doing now.
Victor Negron says he used to set up on Beckett forums and sell cards back in the day before eBay.
Yeah, Beckett Marketplace. We had a lot of stuff. There was a lot of interaction. The only problem is it's better now because I got screwed a couple times. There was no like safety net. Let's put it that way. It's funny. I'll tell you one fast story. I was trading with a guy from Los Angeles, and he says he was a little league coach. Who knows? He says he needed Dodgers for his little league kids. You send me Dodgers, I'll send you New York stuff. It's all right. So I sent them a whole box. I think I started them up with a 400 count box. That's what I did back in the day. 400 count. And he sent me a 400 count box of Yankees. So I figured he was okay. After one transaction, I figured that. So next time I sent them an 800 count box, he didn't send me nothing back.
Oh, no.
To this day, 20 years later at least. Yeah. So every now and then, what are you going to do? But, awesome. So now it's a little better with eBay. We got an eBay anchor store. I got the nickname because of eBay. Mr. 95 cents.
95 cents. That's awesome.
Back when we started, I just did auctions, complete auctions, and everything started at 95 cents. And we started some crazy stuff at 95 cents. The one guy came in the store one day, and he needed to sell this nice piece he had. It was a Babe Ruth Dizzy Dean autograph piece. And it was on an unscored golf card from, I can't remember the name of the golfer, but an old golfer had a golf course down in Florida, a famous Hall of Fame golfer. And it was from his golf course, and it was signed by both, but not scored. And he wanted to sell it. And he said, what's the best way to sell it? And he knew I did eBay. And I said, well, the best way to sell it is I'll hook you up with a couple of auction houses. He goes, no, I gotta get the money fast. I can't wait 6 months for an auction house to sell me stuff. So I says, all right. I says, then it's eBay. I said, but I gotta tell you, my policy is I start everything at 95 cents. So if you look on the videos, I think there's a Babe Ruth video on some of the old videos in there on YouTube, and I'll show it on there. And we started off at 95 cents. He agreed. And I think it ended up selling, this is back, I think, in the 90s or so. We ended up selling it for $1,200. And who bought it? An auction house bought it.
Yeah.
And then my old business was arcade games. And,
you did? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was my old business. I had like a vending thing. At one point, we had like 250 machines out running a couple arcades.
That's cool.
Everything from little pizzerias to arcades we had.
Yeah.
So
did you have a lot of Pac-Man?
Yeah, we had that. Oh, yeah. Pinball machines, jukeboxes. I still got a few in the warehouse. You can't get to them no more because they're buried with cards.
Yeah.
So the guy that bought that business only wanted the machines on location. He didn't want what I had stored up. So I had my warehouse was full of machines at the time. And we opened the store in Morristown, the little store in Morristown, and right away you start accumulating stuff. I said, where am I going to put this stuff? So I rented a storage. I rented a 10 by 20 storage. Well, after a few years, that got full. And I said, I got to do something. And the storage, the rent kept going up and up. I said, you got to be crazy. I started off with so much, and now they're charging me like triple. So I said, you know something? We're going to sell those machines because as I'm paying the rent on this storage, I'm actually losing a machine a month anyway.
Yeah.
I'm paying for rent. So I put up, I think most of them, it was probably about 25 machines, arcade machines. I started at 95 cents. And there was another auction house from up in Connecticut that bought them. They came down with a couple big trucks, and they go, but I got a few bucks for them, But my idea was I'm losing money on them, basically. So we took that warehouse then, except for I got about a half a dozen machines lined around the back, which are completely covered now. Because over the years, you accumulate a lot of stuff when you have a store.
Oh, yeah.
And I kept throwing stuff in there, because I didn't want the store to be all messed up. I had a nice looking store. It got to the end where basically I couldn't fit anything in there. and I had nice aisles in the beginning, and it was basically 800 square feet. Excuse me, that was filled pretty much to the door. You open the door and you can't even walk in, even now.
Wow.
You know, I've been getting from the sides, figuring once I can get the sides cleaned up, I can take the stuff in the aisle and put it on the side and sort of work my way in.
I got a question for you. When you do your warehouse finds, how regularly do you go to the warehouse and get these cards? I was thinking about that when I'm watching videos and like, Daryl brings out these cards are just monsters, and I'm like, how regularly does he go and get these?
When I go in the warehouse, it's not that often, maybe every 3 weeks, say.
Yeah.
But I bring out like 4 3-row boxes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to bring too much. I work on stuff in here, and we only got Luke lists, and he's listing about 4 days a week. And he does other stuff too, but there's only so much you can list, and I don't want to load this place up either. So usually about every 3 weeks, we seem to go through 3 or 4 3-row shoe boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. We got room because underneath the tables here, we got all boxes. And then we got boxes on the side. So you can't really see them from here. And like I said, there's like at least 250,000 cards in this room, which is not that big. It's not a gigantic room. It's like maybe 8 by 20, but it's very well hidden. You don't see it. There's up top here, there's shelving. We got stuff.
Yeah. Now you have a window because you were talking about one time you were looking out seeing a bird and a tree one time.
Three nice windows here.
Yeah.
I had this built right after I retired, and I said I want to be able to look out nice because we call this the Ponderosa up here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I got a big front yard. It's pretty heavily wooded, and I see the people walking their dogs and stuff.
That's
it's
awesome.
It's a funny neighborhood though. Nobody's that friendly.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a funny neighborhood. It's kind of a snooty neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
The guy next to me, he just put his house up for sale.
Yeah.
For $1.475.
Woo, man!
I was thinking to myself, maybe Aaron Rodgers is going to move in.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers.
That's too cheap for him. He bought a house in Montclair for like $8-9 million.
Wow, you see that in Atlanta a lot, but I live up in kind of the country, like up in the hills of North Georgia, so you don't see that as much up here. But down in Atlanta, you'll see that.
How far
my parents live?
Kennesaw, Georgia.
Yeah. Kennesaw is south of me. Like I live 2 counties north of Kennesaw. So Kennesaw is on the northern end of Cobb County. There's another county, and then I live right above that. So I don't live far from Kennesaw.
That's where my nephew lives.
Yep. You just go down the highway by my house and take you all the way to Kennesaw. Kennesaw State University is a big college there. They were in the NCAA basketball tournament this year. They Kennesaw Owls, and they have a football team that's pretty good too. That school is huge. It used to be the size. I work at a college. I work at a small, like 2,000 student college, and we have a football team and sports teams, and then we're pretty small. In fact, guess what? You won't believe what happened at my college.
What?
We have a women's football team, and guess who our quarterback on our women's football team is?
Who is it?
Michael Vick's daughter.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Is the quarterback at our women's football team this year. It's exciting because everybody on campus is like, and Michael Vick has been on campus a couple of times, and we're like, man, I want to see him. I want to get his autograph. Like, I
was in the same elevator with Michael Vick once.
Oh, awesome!
So my buddy this is funny because my buddy had a store, maybe about 20 minutes from here, and at the time I was doing on one of the mediums. It wasn't YouTube or anything. It was one of these other mediums. I'm trying to remember, Blog TV or something like that. And I had a show every Tuesday night on there. And he goes, I'm having my grand opening. I want you to do the Mr. 95 Cent show from my store for grand opening. And he had Michael Vick as his guest, right? He was going to sign autographs.
Mm-hmm.
And this is right after the dog incidents.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm a dog lover.
Yeah.
So
me too. Y'all, I love dogs.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Y'all don't think I have a dog. In fact, he's upstairs. I have 3 cats. I love animals.
Yeah, I mean, I like cats too, but it's and it was fresh in everybody's mind. So I said to him, "Thank you for the invitation, but I won't be going up to your store. And if you had any sense, you probably wouldn't have Michael Vick coming and signing autographs."
Yeah.
But why is that? I says, "You might have problems." Well, we did, and I'm glad I didn't do it.
Yeah.
He had so many protesters there because the word got out
Yeah.
that the customers couldn't find any parking.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, and his store lasted maybe a year
Yeah.
because people don't forget that stuff.
Yeah. That's
So
fine.
fast forward a couple months, I'm well, like I said, the Jets are right down the road. I had bought a relative. We have like the hospitals right here with a lot of rehab centers and stuff.
Mhm.
So I had bought one of the relatives that gave him a ride, and I was staying with them. I think he had a colonoscopy or something. So I'm going down in the elevator for something, and who gets on one of the floors? Because Michael Vick had just joined the Jets.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a backup. Mhm.
And they bring the Jets there to get like their physicals, you know. So here he is with a handler and him, and he leans against the wall, and I says to myself, and I'm a big Jet fan, right? I ain't talking to this guy. He kills dogs. So I ignored him. He probably said, "Why is this guy ignoring me? He probably knows who I am."
Yeah.
I said, I ain't talking to him. He's nasty. That was my only encounter with Michael Vick. We see a lot of guys around here.
Definitely.
You know.
But it's pretty exciting. Our college is pretty small. We play NAIA, which is like super small college football. We play super small college teams, so it's exciting to have some like celebrity on campus.
Yeah, no, it's hey, you know something. A couple of the kids here, they just graduated from high school, and who's going here? Who's going here? Very good athletes, most of them. Some are going to Division 1, some are going to Division 3. I said, you know something. As long as you get to play.
Yeah.
I was telling them about the history of good high school and college sports people that I'll say graduated from my store to the sports page. We had one guy, he did the best of anybody. He got drafted by the White Sox, and this guy was good. He was about 6'5", threw the ball about 95 miles an hour, pitcher. You know, he got drafted by the White Sox. He went to the rookie league and played there, did well. They graduated him at the end of that year to single A ball. He came back to play single A ball the next year. When the time comes where they bring the rookies from the rookie league into single A, and they usually don't bring too many, they bring 5 or 6 maybe, he got cut.
Oh no.
Yeah, and he never played ball again.
Oh.
It's very hard to make the majors. My nephew that works for the Braves was a real good catcher in the area. He was a catcher for hire, pretty much.
Mhm.
He caught that guy, and he caught a lot of pitchers in the area here. He said that's the best guy he ever caught, and he just barely made it to single A ball. So it's tough,
Yeah.
you know. So I tell the kids, have fun, play what you're going to play. As long as you have fun, who cares?
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
study because you're probably going to need that job.
That's right. Yeah, that's these kids. You know, these kids playing NAIA. I know every one of them is got to get a job. You know, out of school, so they got to get that education. You know.
Yeah, even
but-
in Division 3. You
Yeah.
know, my nephew's best friend, he was a football player. Big Spanish kid. They called him the Big Sauce. That
Mhm.
was his nickname. Nice kid. He was a big football player, played Division 1, didn't make the pros, you know, and if you don't make the pros, that's pretty much it, you know. He's now, so he went into coaching. And he started off coaching low, like the Division, you know, whatever, 2. I think he started off in Division 2. He's now the running back coach for Rutgers.
Oh wow.
So, no, I'm wrong. Princeton, sorry. Princeton. He went for the job at Rutgers. They didn't take him. So
Oh,
he's at Princeton, you know. It's fun, you know.
Yeah, we got a lot of awesome people. Zach's Collection. Have you know Zach's Collection? He's got a great channel. He's
I
just
have Zach Attacks. I'm not sure if I have
Zach Attack. Oh, you know, I subscribed to him after you mentioned him. He's one of your friends that comes by your show and stuff. I subscribed to him. He's got a great channel.
Zach
But that's got a great channel too. We were in the CB. You know, I was telling you about the tag team battle, CB box battle we have with David Kelly and Jordan Squad. We were 1-0. Our one victory, my one victory in the CBE battle was when I was tag team with Zach. Man, he's an awesome channel. And man, Zach, I watched your video last week. He has this video he puts on Thursdays called Jank Pack Thursdays, where he goes and finds packs from the 80s. You know, that had those nasty gum in them, and he eats them. And there was one last week he ate that I was like, oh my gosh, Zach, how did you do that? That was
I don't know if I do that.
I hope you're okay.
That gum was no good back in the day.
I know.
Crazy.
It's great what you say. That's a great collector. He's a great guy. Let's see, let's go on chat.
Where's David been from Callie and Jordan?
Yeah, he's a busy man. I don't know. Thursdays I think he has something going on. He always keeps telling me that he wish I wouldn't have it on Thursday because he's got something going on. So
all right.
He goes live a lot on Saturday nights. He's been doing a lot of trivia and before he kind of like a pre-Spine Ticks show he does on Saturday nights around 8 or 9 o'clock. So check him out then. He's been doing some good streams. He's been having some cool trivia and sports questions. He's also been going live doing some video games as well. But we're talking about doing I don't know if I ought to say this, but we are in the works of a fantasy football league. I don't know if I should say that, but that's in discussion. I don't want to give much. That's all I say. I probably shouldn't have said that.
Three Good Nerds is doing something. They're starting some kind of new channel, like Four Guys or something like that.
Who's that?
Well, with Spine Ticks, I think it is. Three Good Nerds is going to be on. They're starting some kind of new channel with 4 people.
I forgot who is that. It was Pepino Man and somebody else. I can't remember the other guys on there. I saw a video of that. I subscribed to that. What is it called? 4 Collectors or something like that.
Yeah, is Three Good Nerds still on? Because he probably knows.
He was here earlier. 4 Collectors. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great idea.
Yeah, that was. And Collectors, and I'm looking forward to watching that channel too. So many great channels, y'all. And if I don't get to watching all your videos, I'm sorry, y'all. I try to watch stop by Sensei Domino in the house. Sensei's got a great channel. Sensei is a great TCMer.
It's not easy to watch all the videos.
No, it isn't. Like I try my best, y'all, but if I can get the video a week of your channel, I try. But I love you all, and I'm trying to stop by when I can. It's hard to have a farm and sports car channel family at the same time. Be able to watch everybody's videos. But I'm out at the farm. I'm always trying to get videos.
Crazy. Between the videos, the farm, and the working at the school. Jeez.
Yeah, it's tough. But that's the thing is like there are times in my day where like I can watch y'all's videos. Like when I'm on a lawnmower, I can at least listen to y'all's videos, and or like when I'm at the farm, and that's when I can catch a lot of videos because that's when I have the time. I can be working at the same time, listening and watching. And I love, especially Daryl's videos because Daryl, you drop a lot of your videos like at 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So it's about the time that I go out to the farm.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I catch a lot of your videos because they're right at the time where I'm working.
Yeah, I do them every Tuesday and Saturday. Mm-hmm. That's my schedule.
Yeah, I really like it.
If you don't see a video on Tuesday and Saturday, you probably know I'm 6 foot under.
No. Hey, y'all got to go check out Daryl's. We won't go too much into this, but check out his video this week on his take on Fanatics and Panini and the Takeover. I thought that was a great video. I watched it yesterday. I love your perspective on it, and there's so much I agree with what you're talking about on there. That was a great video you dropped this week.
I got to talk about my new philosophy.
Yes. Yeah.
Try not to buy a box for more than 120.
Yeah.
Getting out of this stuff really ain't worth it.
Yeah, definitely.
We had a guy, you're going to laugh. There's a store up the line. It's maybe like 15, 20 minutes away. Nice guy. He's owned it for years. He's older than me. A little store. He's open so many hours. But he's direct. And one of the guys I know, he got in the National Treasures football.
Oh, wow. That's big money right there.
This guy that I know spends a lot of money there. And he buys sometimes the big boxes. But I think they're like $2,200 or something like that a box. He was on the fence. First, he wasn't going to buy it. Then he says, okay, I'm going to buy one. Right? It was almost like peer pressure. Everybody's saying, oh, you got to buy it. Like I think he got $300 with the cards out of it. $2,200 investment.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's why I don't buy the big stuff, man. Because I like ripping blasters. And I like, but like you see that Prism football going for $1,200, $1,300 hobby. I'm not paying that. That's just way out of my budget.
I actually, when
I watch that on YouTube, I watch somebody else spend the money on that ribbon.
I didn't carry the expensive stuff in the beginning. I felt bad, I could get it. So guys would come in and say, I think one of the big ones in the beginning was 5-Star. Remember 5-Star baseball? That was one of the bigger ones in the beginning. And not like today's standards, but probably $300-400 a box, which was crazy. You know, I mean, most of the time you can buy a box Upper Deck for $79. You know,
Yeah.
so I ordered it special for the guy, and I remember what he got because he came in and he bought his box, whatever it was, $300-500, and he opened it up and he got it was a Johnny Bench, Pete Rose, and maybe a Steve Carlton autograph out of it, right? So he said to me, he opened 2 cases already, and that's the best box he got.
Wow.
Well, later on, I looked them up on eBay, what they were going for.
Mm-hmm.
So he paid, say $450 for the box. Those 3 autographs only came out to about $150.
Oh, wow.
They weren't that much, especially back then.
I love ripping packs. That the reason why I rip packs, it goes back to my childhood. You know, I can remember going down to Sam's Club as a kid and buying 91 Donruss for like $10 at the Sam's Club, you know, because they had stacks and stacks. And that was just fun to me, ripping a box as a kid. And to me, a lot of this is childhood memories. If I pull something really cool, that's fun. If I don't care. I'm just having fun ripping packs, you know.
You're going to laugh. When I had this store, I opened no boxes for myself except on my birthday and Christmas. I open a box each year.
Yeah.
Because when you own a store, you really don't want to be a guy that opens stuff. You know? I did box breaks, you know, for other people. We did almost the same thing we're doing now, in-person box breaks. But I never really, once in a while, I get a couple packs. But if I opened the equivalent of a box a week, that was probably about it. Yeah. But we had so much loads of cards coming in, singles, that I fell in love just going through the boxes of singles.
Yeah. Well, Sith in here, Spinetick says, he says, he just buys the PSA 10 of the card he wants the big purchases. And that's the really smart way to go, y'all, is Sith does a great, if y'all watch this on Spinetick, Sith, during, they call it the honey hole, he goes down to his local car shop and gets individual, he buys the PSA cards of all the stars, and you'll see it on Instagram. He shares a lot of the awesome pickups he gets, and that's the smart way to do it. I mean, I like to rip packs. It's just part of what I grew up doing. I don't rip, I don't think I ripped. I can't remember when I ripped any hobby, but I like to rip packs.
You also get some great deals down there. You're very cost conscious, which is good.
Yeah, and that's the thing. With my channel, I went from this is only, I think December will only been around here 3 years, but we went from, just trying to find product in the store. It was so tough at first during the pandemic to, just like you were saying, as the pandemic kind of changed and the price of inflation went up, it more of like finding product at a great deal, and knowing that if you're going to rip this, like today I bought a blaster of Topps Chrome Platinum. You ripped some of that this week.
Yeah, right? I did the blaster the other day.
And I've seen so many great videos of so much cool stuff pulled out of that. Mm-hmm. And I think about every box I've seen a numbered card. So I thought, okay, $29.99. I'm not going to get my money's worth out of that, but I know I'm going to get some cool stuff that, I
got 2 numbered cards out of that box.
Yeah, 2 numbered cards. I've seen a Pete Alonso auto pulled out of there. Chance of Collectibles pulled a Pete Alonso. Huddle Card Collection pulled a Derek Jeter auto out of these. Who was it? What channel is that? I saw a guy pull a Mike Trout redemption out of one of those other days.
Well, you see, back in the spring, I don't know. I had a Gypsy Queen blaster box I opened back in the spring.
Yeah,
I got the Shohei Ohtani no-name autograph out of it.
Oh,
which is crazy.
That's a monster. But I've really seen a lot of cool stuff. So I felt like that was worth it. Topps Chrome, I want to get a box of that because you have the redemption program. There's so many good rookies this year in Topps Chrome, so I feel like that's worth it. So I'm gonna probably get I want to get the Mega, but I'm waiting. Like tonight, I went to it. They had Topps Chrome for $40 at Walmart, and it's $35 at Target. The same with the Megas. The Megas are $65 at Walmart. I think when Target drops them, they're going to be a lot cheaper. So I'm kind of waiting for Target to drop them at a cheaper price. But I'm always watching that, y'all, because one, it heartbreaks me when I see people that'll throw all this money up and then they get here on YouTube and they go, I got no more money, y'all. I'm in a lot of trouble. And they've spent so much on wax. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm feel for them. But I mean, you just got to be very careful, y'all.
Wax is fun, but singles are the way to go.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because a lot of guys are addicted to wax,
Yeah.
And when I go to shows and I buy from certain people, I'm not going to mention any names. They're just trying to sell some singles so they can buy more wax, you know. And I pick up ridiculous stuff. I mean, some of the stuff I'll probably show you another stack on Tuesday that I'm going to pick up.
Look forward to watching it there. I'll be watching.
I mean, it's crazy. The last show I spent $400 on singles, and if I was to open boxes to try to get that stuff, I probably just spent $5,000.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Even in stores, like the one store I went to Friday. My buddy down the road has a store. It's about a 30-minute drive. He had a box of hockey because he likes baseball, basketball, football. He cares nothing about hockey. He had a box of hockey, $1 a card. Half the box was Young Guns.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
I says, and I don't care who they are. If I could pick up a Young Gun for $1, and then I did pick up a big stack of cards from him. He had $10 Gretzky inserts in there for $1.
Wow.
You know, he doesn't care about it, and he's trying to generate money, I guess. But he got that probably cheaper from somebody that sold it to get more wax.
Mm-hmm.
You know? While I was there for an hour and a half, there was at least 2 guys that walked in. They were looking to trade in their good cards to get more wax.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and basically, if you're lucky, 50 cents on the dollar.
Yep.
You know.
And there are ways. Well, I do a couple of videos, and so I won't go too much in this, y'all. But there are some ways that I can get some pretty affordable gift cards at Walmart and Target, and some of these retail stores that sell wax. So I can save a lot on wax at these stores. That's why I go there a lot instead of get them at card shops, because there are some ways through these stores you could get gift cards and save a little bit on wax if you get it at these stores. That's why I buy wax at these stores, because I can get a little bit cheaper through that way. So, you know, but yeah, singles is the way to go. I won't go too much into it. I totally agree with you there.
I'm lucky though. The one guy that does the show, who runs the show with my buddy, we're both my buddies. He's the only retail distributor for Topps in the state, pretty much. And he sets up there. I think I picked up the Chrome boxes for $28.
Oh, that's a good deal.
Yeah. Well,
because they're $35 at Target.
He remembers. I used to have a lot of stuff. My store had over 200 different packs you could buy from, and boxes, everything. We had a lot of stuff, and I did a lot of business with him. And back in the day when people weren't looking to do business with him, I did a lot of business with him. So thank God he still appreciates it and gives me the store prices pretty much. You know, so
that's a good deal. Barnes and Noble, you can get it pretty cheap too if you have the Barnes and Noble membership. But I don't have a Barnes and Noble but 2 hours away from me, so I can't.
We got one about 20 minutes away, but I've been in there once, I think.
Yeah, there's one right next to the Braves Stadium. I want to go to that one day when I go to the Braves game. But
yeah, I used to send my nephew cards and little flimsies. I used to send them old and new guys. So I said, put an old guy on one side, put a new guy on the other, and give them out. Kick the kids at the stadium.
Yeah.
So, and probably twice a year I was giving them boxes. So this year I'm talking to him, and I says, this is only about a month ago. I says, you're due for another box, huh? He goes, no, I still got your cards. I said, why? He goes, Topps Fanatics now gives us cards to give away.
Yeah, August 3rd. In fact, the Angels Braves game on August 3rd, I think it was August 2nd, they had Topps. These packs, the packs that we opened tonight, they give those away at the Braves games.
Yeah.
And every people that came in the stadium, I wanted to go, but it was like the game. First of all, Angels Braves in Atlanta is sold out. That's a hard ticket to get to. And, you know, with Trout and Ohtani coming to Atlanta, that was just a tough game to go to. If it was somebody like, I won't be mean to anybody who's fans of these teams. So if it's a team they could easily beat, y'all say that.
Oh, I got cousins living in Tampa Bay. She goes to games, but she says she can't go to Yankee games because they double the price.
Yeah. I'm sure the Yankees in Tampa Bay are super popular because so many Yankee fans live down in Florida.
Yeah, and even though the Yankees stink.
Well, they still have baseball to play. They just are under 500. They'll get back up there.
We were talking about it today over here at the kitchen, and I said, I think there's 6.5 games out of the wild card now.
Baltimore is playing really good this year.
Yeah, a lot of good rookies. A lot of good rookies. And they let them play.
Adley, Gunnar.
They let them play. So I said to my buddies here, I said, if we're still 6.5 games out come the beginning of September, time to send Stanton and them down to the minors and bring up the minor leaguers.
Yeah.
See if they want to play down in the minors.
Yeah.
For all the money we're paying Stanton, what was he got? 17, 18 home runs?
Yeah.
And that's all he does that's all he's supposed to do is hit home runs. That's
Mhm.
all basically he can do. Either that or he strikes out. So you're paying that guy all that kind of money for 18 home runs? We'll get a rookie up to do that and pay him up.
Do you think they're going to bring up Jason Dominguez at some point?
I saw him a couple times down. He's right now playing a Double-A ball right down the road.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, every time we're only talking twice, but whenever I saw him, he can hit that guy. He's got a lot of power, and I don't know why he's still playing the Double-A ball. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Their number 2 prospect now, Austin Wells. He's a catcher.
Mm-hmm.
He was down here for a couple of years. They just finally brought him up to Triple-A.
Oh, wow.
Because what's his name got hurt? Trevino got hurt. So now we got Hugizawa and that other guy, I can't pronounce his name, that came from Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one of them are that good.
Josh Donaldson?
No, this is the catcher position.
Oh, catcher, okay.
Yeah. Travolt or Harvolt or something like that. He came from Minnesota in the trade for Gio Urshela, who we probably should have kept. So he should be up. I mean, they're not doing anything, these other 2 catchers. They're hitting like in the low 200s. Bring the kid up and give him a chance, but they don't do that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And Josh Donaldson, I don't know why they even still. I mean, they got to pay him, I guess. But
yeah. Now, when he was in Atlanta, he was great. He only played 1 season in Atlanta, and he played really well. We hated to lose him, but he only played here 1 year, and then he left.
We got to do what the Braves do. My nephew explained to me how they do it. They figure out the player, and they actually have been predicting pretty good. They figure the player is going to be good. They lock him up when he's young.
Yep. That's what they did with Acuna. They did that last year as soon as they got Matt Olson, Albies, Riley. Some of these guys are locked up for a long time. Alex Anthopoulos is a genius, dude. Look what he's done. Like the trades he made in 2021 to get Eddie Rosario and Jorge Soler that put them through the playoffs. He just does something. You're like, no, he's not gonna be able to do it again this year. And I don't know what he's doing, but he's very smart. We're very glad to have him.
Cheaper.
Yeah.
We got to pay for these guys. So I don't know. I think everybody's saying around here, fire Boone, fire Cashman. I don't know. Cashman, I don't give a lot of credit to, even though he's had teams that won in the past. Gene Michael, I don't know if you remember Gene Michael, used to be a shortstop for the Yankees, and he was pretty much what general manager and all that. He built that team in the minors with all those guys coming up like Jeter, Rivera, Pettit, all them guys. They all came from the minors, most of those guys. The only one that came from the outside was Paul O'Neill, came from Cincinnati.
Yep, I remember Paul O'Neill playing since I got his '86 Donruss Reds rookie, Rated rookie.
But now they're going back to the days where you try to buy guys. These big home run hitters who don't do nothing. And then we got Judge with the big contract.
Yeah.
Never was healthy 1 year until his contract year.
Yeah.
Had a great year.
Last year was amazing.
Well, I knew it was going to happen. We paid him through the nose, and then he's hurt again.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just hope he seems like a very nice kid, so I hope he does well.
Yeah.
But,
I saw some people last night, the Braves games, dressed up like judges, and they had the judge, and they were in the stadium last night with that. Thought that was cool. I've never seen that before.
Now, do you ever go to the Chop Festival over there?
The one they have in the spring when they have all the players that go out there and meet them and stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't, but I've always wanted to go to it. I heard it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. My nephew runs that.
Oh, he does. That's cool. They usually have that like in February and March before the spring training.
Yeah, he runs almost everything that goes on there. They have weddings there and everything.
Oh, they play college football in that stadium. Kennesaw State College I was talking to you about, they played a football game in the stadium. They were driving golf balls in that stadium one time I saw, and they've had concerts in there at Truist Park. It's pretty cool. And the thing is everybody in Atlanta questioned the Braves when they did this move to Truist Park. And they said, "Why are you leaving the city of Atlanta?" They're going out to the suburbs of Cobb County. Oh, that'll never work. That'll never. And it's been the hugest success in the world. And all those doubters have gone away.
They own everything else too.
Yeah. The success, and what they did is the Braves were the smartest franchise in Atlanta. They took the team to the fans. And, you know, I go off on this because, like, NHL hockey, I love hockey. Like, I'm a Southern that loves hockey. The Atlanta Thrashers would still be here in Atlanta if they would have picked up the team and moved out to the suburbs like the Atlanta Braves did, where their fan base was, and not in downtown Atlanta where their fan base was not.
Yeah.
That's why nobody went to Thrashers games. I get passionate about that, dude. Sorry, I'll get him.
He's working like crazy over there. I think on game days he goes in about 9-10 o'clock in the morning. Usually he's not done till midnight. You know.
Yeah, I bet.
He, actually, he went 2 years to college, and then he went in the Army, and he ended up being a special ops sergeant in the Army. Came out after about 5 years, and then finished his college at Austin, PA, down there, and then actually went and got his master's at Florida State.
Oh, wow. He's a Seminole.
Yeah. So, and then he didn't work for the Braves right off the bat. He had some college internships. He was actually doing a college internship for I'm trying to remember. It's the Junior Golf Association for the PGA.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him, what do you do? Well, as ex-sergeant in the Army, I'm in charge of about 20 teenage brats, okay? And then every weekend we have a tournament in some city. This was all summer long. So the Atlanta State Golf Association saw him and offered him a job right out of college. And he was running the high school and college program there. Not for long, for maybe a year, and then the Braves saw him, and the rest is history.
That's awesome.
He ended up working for somebody else, though, during the pandemic when the Braves laid him off.
Mm-hmm.
No stadium wasn't open, and his job didn't exist. I want to say 1-2-3 baseball. Does that sound right?
I've heard of that name before.
It's a big complex down that way.
Oh, I do know where that is, and I've been to that.
Yeah.
Our baseball coach at my college took me down there. It's a big. They have like television cameras set up, and they do like.
He ran that for a year and a half.
Things.
He ran that for a year and a half. He was.
Yes, I do know, but it's in northern Cobb County.
And what's his name?
Kennesaw.
The old Atlanta baseball coach. I'm trying to remember his name. He coaches there.
Bobby Cox?
No, the pitching coach. Sorry.
Leo Mazzoni.
That's it. He coaches there.
Yeah. Bobby Cox has not been well. He lives up in Cartersville. His health has not been very well recently.
Yeah, I think he got him the job there, Mazzoni.
Yeah. So, Leo Mazzoni was doing radio for an Atlanta sports radio station, but he probably is doing that now. I didn't know that's what he was doing, but he was doing play-by-play.
I guess I don't know how much he's doing it because he's got to be up there, right?
Yeah, he coached. Leo Mazzoni coached Maddox, Glavine, and Smoltz, and he's just legendary.
So, how much are you paying him to be your kid's coach? I know back in the day, we're talking at least 15 years ago. I was paying these guys $65 an hour to coach my nephew.
Yeah,
when he was playing high school ball.
We got somebody dropping off here. We got Maiden's World of Wax. Thank you for stopping by tonight, man. Thank you all for stopping by tonight. And we got the card hobbyists. Poor Mike says, anyone watch the Savannah Bananas game? Yeah, I've seen that. That's pretty cool. I've watched some clips of them on YouTube.
I see clips of them. They're kind of crazy.
They are. Donaldson was great in Toronto. There's a lot of awesome people. Thank you all, man. A lot of great chat here. Y'all, let me know in the chat if you got any questions for Daryl.
Yeah.
I'll throw it out there. Hey, Daryl, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Tell me about what it was like working there. This is a question I've always wanted to ask you. So I've got all these questions I was thinking about today while I was in the lawnmower. This is one of the questions I had thought about. What was it like working in the wrestling business? I love wrestling. I'm a big we're in the home of WCW here in Atlanta. I grew up I would go to Saturday night main events in Stevensville, Georgia, at WCW. I've been in Cleveland, Ohio. I went to a WWF, a pay-per-view. It was like a Sunday night where I saw Undertaker and Stone Cold. I grew up, I love watching wrestling. I've been to Monday Night Nitros, tons of those. So I love wrestling. So I've always wanted to know what it was like working in the wrestling business.
It was nuts.
I bet it was.
I was a real wrestler at one time. I started in high school.
Yeah.
ended up wrestling AAUs till I was about 25, 26.
Mhm.
My claim to fame is I wrestled one big famous guy. You ever hear of Dan Severn?
The name sounds familiar. Yeah.
Well, he was the first champ for UFC.
Uh huh.
They used to call him the Beast, but this is way back before. He was a little bit younger than me, and I didn't beat him, but I wrestled him in an AAU down at Monmouth College. Here they had them.
Wow. Mammoth College. I've heard of that.
Monmouth College, yeah.
Monmouth. Yeah.
Monmouth actually maybe 10, 15 years ago won the Nationals for baseball, but
Mhm.
that's another story. So what happened was I left regular wrestling, and I'm now getting ready to. I was in business doing something else, the vending and all that, and then I'm thinking about opening a store. So I opened a store. One of my good friends, he was vice president of CNC Cola, which was a big Coca-Cola plant up here,
Mhm.
and he loved
Home of Atlanta, Georgia.
he loved wrestling,
Yeah.
and they became sponsors of this local wrestling thing and put them on TV. So he started bringing me around with that to go meet those guys. And I'm still kind of young. I'm still like maybe 30 years old. And they said, "You want to wrestle?" I said, "Well, I do know how to wrestle." No, professional. And I says, "Okay." I was a little bit bigger back then. I've shrunk about 2 inches since then. So I said, and I was in shape back then. So I said, I'll give it a shot. So there was a wrestling school right here in Parsippany, New Jersey. And Gino, Italian guy Gino used to run it. And he was a local wrestler. So I went to the school, did a couple things, and I picked it up pretty quick because, I was pretty athletic back then in the day. So I went and I was part of the local association here.
Mhm.
I was what you call one of the local bums, right?
Like the
So-
Bronx Bomber. The Bronx guy that WWF would put out all the time, and he'd be the guy that always got beat. Like what do they call him? The Bronx
Compared to us, he was a big star.
Brooklyn Brawler. That was his name.
Brooklyn Brawler.
Yeah.
What happens in the local association? They bring in some big names to draw the card, to draw the people in. So we used to get at least 4 big names that wrestled in the WWF at the time. Or maybe they just got off to WCW or something. And then the rest of us local guys would fill in. Well, there's maybe spots for 10 local guys to fill in, but there was like 50 of us. So you don't get to wrestle all the time. But there's jobs you do before the match, and there's jobs you do during the match if you're not wrestling and after.
Mhm.
So, and I'm going to really try to condense this. It's a big story. So my job before the match, I used to do vending machines with jukeboxes and stuff, so I knew about sound system. I set up the sound system for the guy, right? Dennis Galam was the head guy, and then I'm trying to remember the one guy's name. He actually filled in as a manager, as his name was Candyman, right?
That sounds like a wrestling name.
But he was one of the partners. He was like a manager type of guy.
Yeah.
So
like Jimmy Hart.
Like Jimmy Hart. He looked just like Jimmy Hart, actually.
Yeah.
So during the matches, this is funny, if I wasn't wrestling, which was most of the time, I was the locker room guard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, back then I was actually bigger, and I had a big beard.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
I hope you break out pictures for one of your videos because I can't wait to see this.
I got a reunion picture I shown before, but I'm not in it because I took it.
Yeah.
I have other pictures in the warehouse. I used to just stuff them in boxes. I haven't run into none of them yet, but I will eventually one of these days. So I had a big beard, and we had guys like Greg the Hammer Valentine coming in.
Oh, I love Greg the Hammer Valentine back in the day.
All those guys, Nikolai Volkov. So
Volkov isn't he like the tag team with the Iron? Like he would tag team with Iron Sheik against Hulk Hogan in the day.
That was Iran and Russians.
Yes, I love that back in the day. Oh,
So that was pretty much it. And I wrestled a bunch of times. I was usually a loser. I managed a couple times. Back then I smoked cigars. So my deal back in the day, I had a good act. When I was a manager in the corner, I get the cigar butt, and when the guy got in the corner, I'd make like I put the lit end in his face, but it wasn't. It was the other end.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
the guy would run, go crazy. I hate to tell you, people, it's definitely an act, but
Yeah.
it is an athletic exhibition.
Yeah.
So you have to be a pretty good athlete to do it. So it was fun, and it happened. It probably lasted about 5 years.
That's awesome. I've always wanted to know that because you were talking about the bushwhackers one day and doing an autograph and
a lot of
some of the
guys.
wrestlers and stuff, and you talked about being a wrestler. And I've always wanted to know about that. I was like, when was he in wrestling? I wanted to know more about
I have a lot of friends. We used to have the Samoans regular. Almost every show we'd have the Samoans that come down. Honky Tonk Man.
Honky Tonk Man. He had that guitar. Man, he had some iconic matches like on Saturday Night Main Event. I was watching it the other day. He was big back in the day.
No, he was good. We had a lot of guys. I'll tell you who. Very few of us local guys made it. I had a store, so I wasn't looking to make it. I was in business already. So that was a Friday night thing for me to do. So one day, this is after the association disbanded and everything, I get a phone call from one of the guys, and he says, "Turn on Channel 9." I says, "Okay." So I turn on Channel 9. Here's wrestling, And he goes, "Look." I said, what am I looking at this for? He goes, "Look who it is." And I couldn't make out who it was. And it ended up being who in our association was the Cheetah Kid back in our association, dressed as a cheetah with a mask. And this kid, Johnny Rotten, who was Johnny Rotten and the Baby Dolls back then. Well, they were Public Enemy.
Really?
On WCW.
Yes, I remember Public Enemy.
The guy's first name was Teddy Petty. I think his stage name was Rocco Rock or something like that.
Yeah.
So I said, "Well, somebody made it. Oh, that's great." So those two guys were the only two guys from our association that actually made it.
That's
and
awesome.
They went to the WWF too.
Yeah. I remember when they were in WCW, Monday Night Nitro, they'd wrestle.
You ever see the video where I showed a picture of the reunion?
I did. I missed that one.
Oh my God, I got it here somewhere.
Y'all, we're talking old school wrestling with Daryl here tonight, y'all. Y'all subscribe to Will Voggs in the house. Thank you, Will. Man, I love old school 80s, 90s wrestling. Super fun.
A couple years after we disbanded, we had a reunion. It was a part reunion and part the Samoans retiring, right? So this is the picture I took. See if I can show it.
Oh, wow. Hey, that's Doink the Clown.
Yes. Look who he's grabbing onto.
Who's that? I can't see.
Lou Albano.
No. No.
There's Rocco Rock from Public Enemy.
Awesome.
On the other side here, you see Bam Bam?
Bam Bam Bigelow?
He's in there.
No. He was so good in ECW.
There's
WWE.
Alpha from the Samoans.
Wow.
Now, these are all his relatives that are all big wrestlers, or, well, some of them are dead, actually. This is the sad part of this picture is 1/3 of these guys are dead.
Oh, man.
Rocco
and then
Rock,
Doink the Clown died.
He's dead. Rocco Rock died a while back.
Oh, man.
A lot of them were on steroids.
Yeah.
I remember because at the time, and I think they still do it. I think they got a school in Pennsylvania, maybe Florida now too, the Samoans. And this kid here with the white shirt, he was a student of theirs, and he ended up becoming Billy Kidman.
Billy Kidman? Oh,
yeah.
I saw Billy Kidman wrestle in Kennesaw one time at a back. Remember NWA TNA back in the day?
Yeah.
He was wrestling in that, and I saw him in person one time. And Dusty Rhodes was in there. Dusty Rhodes was being like doing the whole show,
When he was
Billy Kidman was there.
When he was a student.
Yeah. Oh wow, yeah. Billy Kidman was good in WCW. He was.
Gotta find the actual pictures of me though. Yeah. I have 2 pictures, and I don't have the other one either.
I love Doink the Clown, and him and Jerry the King Lawler would have these matches where he had miniature Doink. It was Dink and Doink. And then you had Jerry King the Lawler would have a miniature guy, and they would wrestle, and they come out there. That was great. I was in college watching that. I loved it.
It was crazy, though. I mean, it was a complete act, but sometimes it was real.
Yeah.
I remember I wasn't wrestling. I was locker room guard, and we used to change up. There was a wrestling association in Harlem, New York, that our guy knew the guy, and sometimes we take some of their wrestlers, sometimes they take some of ours, and they took a couple. We had a couple of their guys come down, and they were, I think they were Puerto Rican, and the one guy actually, I think he had a short stint in the WWF. He'd wave a Puerto Rican flag around.
Uh-huh.
Well, before that happened, he was wrestling with us, and he was going to wrestle Johnny Rotten, who was the number one contender. You know, back then it was the Cheetah Kid was the champ, and Johnny Rotten was always the guy going after him, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the baby dolls, had a couple of nice looking girls with him. So Dennis, the promoter, says, "Okay," he says to the guy, from New York, "Okay, you got to make it look good, but you're going to lose, And he says, "I know lose nothing. We're wrestling Elizabeth at Dunn Sports Arena."
Uh-huh.
The crowd was predominantly Spanish.
Oh, wow.
So I know lose in front of my people, right? So then it says, "You got to lose. I'm going to lose a lot of money if you win, because he's supposed to fight for the championship next match, right?"
Oh, wow.
So what he did was, and I didn't even know he did it. I'm busy trying to guard the wrestling thing, because you got to see, when you're the locker room guard, you can actually control who gets autographs and who doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
And you think that people are watching the match. There's 50 people gathered around trying to get autographs.
Oh, wow.
Watching the match. So what happened was, here comes the match, and the guy comes in there waving his flag. The crowd's going crazy, and he's starting to beat Johnny Rotten. Well, Dennis, I didn't notice, put a couple of goons in the stands, and he told them, if it looks like he's not going to follow the script, you intervene. So, you ever see that program, The Dark Side of Wrestling?
Yeah.
This is The Dark Side of Wrestling.
Oh, wow.
So he was going to beat Johnny Rotten. So these two guys, and they were big. One guy looked like the Ultimate Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior.
He was like a cheap.
Freedom Sufferer loves the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, I know, yeah. They jump in the ring and intervene, and beat the hell out of this guy, and they even cracked him with his own flag. Right?
No.
He was pretty much just about unconscious. They put him on a stretcher. Everybody thinks it's an act.
Yeah.
They put him on a stretcher. They bring him back. I remember he goes right by me, and he was out pretty much. Goes right by me into the locker room, and I'm looking. There's a back door to the locker room way in the back. They took him on the stretcher. They threw him in the street. And Dennis says to him, "Don't ever come back here." He closed the door. All right, he had a couple buddies with him.
Yeah.
That went out and got him, but
yeah,
wow, they've seen some crazy stuff.
Woo.
The Candy Man, I missed the boat on him. He was the smart one on the partnership. He ended up getting away from him and going down to Florida and starting the first wrestling association in Disney World.
Oh, wow.
And this is back in the 90s. It was never an association in Disney World until he started it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wanted to do it. They said, "Oh, people are going to see Disney World. They're not going to go see wrestling."
Yeah.
But he did it, and he started. He had a contract. Well, that's about the same time, maybe a year later, Ted Turner started
WCW.
Yeah. WCW. Now, he told me from the beginning, "Come on down, be my partner," right? I said, "I got a store up here. How am I going to leave my store?" Right? "Oh, forget the store. We're going to make big money." I said, "Yeah, right." Right? So, it was local wrestling. There wasn't a lot of money to be made,
Yeah.
So, he started, and he sent me a tape. I still got it someplace. Blackjack Mulligan was his champ.
Uh-huh.
Blackjack was pretty much washed up by then, but at least he was a name. And I said, "No, I can't come. I got a store." Not even a year into it, Ted Turner decides that he wants to be the owner of that association. And he buys it from him.
Wow.
A few months later, that's when I saw him at the reunion dinner.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "How much did he pay you?" He goes, "Boy, did you screw up. I'll never have to work another day in my life." And he's like maybe 40 at the time.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't. WCW had that. They had a training plant up here, and then back in the day, they had that Florida one too, an Orlando one. And I think they would train them back and forth.
It's funny. They got a bunch of them around.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the one, well, we had the one up here that was very good. Put out some good wrestlers too. You ever hear the Hawaiian Hurricane? He wrestled for a while in WCW. We had him over here. It was a bunch of guys, and it was in the back of a gym, and it was basically a boxing ring, and he ran the school out of there. But
I got a question for you, Daryl.
Sure.
So Hector wants to know, what was your finishing move, and did you ever fight in a steel cage?
No. I don't think any of us locals fought. That local association didn't have steel cages.
No.
The budget wasn't in there for steel cages.
No.
My finishing move was basically like a standing pancake almost.
Oh, you did.
You know what a pancake is? Just underarms and ba-boom.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, that's what I used to do in real wrestling.
Yeah.
So I used that a lot. And, you know, I was kind of the bad guy. You know, so I did a little this, a little that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. And I usually lost. So
yeah.
I was the loser most of the time.
You were like the Brooklyn Brawler, man. I remember watching WWF. They put that Brooklyn Brawler guy out there. He'd lose every time. I was like, man, what is he? He's got to win.
Yeah, he used to lose a lot. But we never had him. We had a lot of guys. We never had him. He might have been after us, I'm thinking. I don't know. You know.
Late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, we were done by probably about 96, 97.
Mm-hmm.
Our claim
that's where it started really heating it up, because that's when you got ECW started then you had the peak of the Monday Night Wars and WCW and WWF. And
you know what it is? The two partners weren't getting along. Candyman moved down south there, and the other guy wasn't that good at running it. So I don't want to blame nobody, but that's what happened. He was a very poor manager, you know.
That's
and
awesome.
A nice guy, but he went out of business.
That's awesome.
It was
man.
fun.
This has been so awesome tonight, Daryl. I really appreciate it, man. I really appreciate you coming on tonight.
I just feel guilty. I have a trouble seeing the things, the comments.
Yeah, a lot of it's chat. But
so if you're chatting, you think I'm ignoring you. I can only see like 3 at a time. It's on my phone.
Yeah, we've had a great chat here. It's been some great discussion in the chat. A lot of awesome people. Thank y'all. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new on here. I really appreciate it. We're gonna probably wrap it up here because, man, Daryl, we've been going for 2 hours. And
oh wow, is that late? Ooh,
yeah, you gotta get up early. I gotta get up early. I got a big farmers market.
Wow. I gotta get up at 6:15 because I gotta be at a Rotary Club meeting by 7:15.
Oh, good grief. I won't keep you up too long there. But man, I really appreciate Daryl stopping by tonight. Daryl, I gotta have you back again sometime, okay?
Yeah, whatever you want, let me know. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's so much more I want to talk to you about. We didn't get to tonight, but I want to thank Daryl for joining me. Y'all subscribe to him. He's got a great channel.
Thanks.
One of the best people here in this community. And I think I said this earlier. I don't know if we said this before when we started, but one of the things Daryl said that just really hit me hard the other day when he talked about this is like a journal. And this channel, he's creating a journal for generations after him to watch. And I really thought about that, and I was pondering that, and it really made me think, I like writing in my journal. And really, this channel is kind of like a journal. And people can come back and watch it, just like Daryl's channel, for future generations. And that really meant a lot to me, Daryl. Thank you. That really hit me there when you said
they were long gone. Our great grandkids can watch us.
Yeah.
I don't know if they will, but they can.
Yeah. That was,
a lot of fun.
That was totally cool when you said that. So, I want to thank you, Daryl. Anything else you want to say to everybody out there?
No. Thanks a lot, everybody, for tuning in. Thanks for Zach for inviting me. It's past my bedtime, but I only do it for Zach.
Oh, thank you, Daryl. I'll do it for Daryl, man. I'll do it for Daryl in the chat, y'all.
If you sub, what happens is when people sub to me, I have Luke look at it, and Luke ends up subbing to you. So
yeah, and y'all go on Daryl's channel and check out the featured channels he's got on there. So many awesome channels in this card community, and y'all go sub all them up. Every one of them will probably sub you right back if you want to gain some new subscribers.
Ken Titus, God is great. He's fantastic.
Oh, he is. His shout outs are amazing. How he shouts out people.
He helps
throughout this card community, helps build them up.
Yeah, he helps a lot of people.
Definitely.
And in real life, he helps a lot of people too.
Yes. He's out there helping the kids in the hospitals and super good in this community.
And Julie's got the cats.
Yes, the Kraken. The Kraken. Yeah, that's
Well,
awesome.
It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you. Oh, it has been, man. And Daryl, I gotta have you back. Maybe
Whatever, just let me know.
soon.
You know.
We'll do it before bedtime.
That's all right. Hey, once in a while, I can splurge and stay up a little bit. I'm gonna right to bed now.
That's awesome. Well, thank y'all for watching, y'all.
Thanks, Sammy.
I'm gonna call it out. Daryl, stay on here after we get done. I'll talk to you a few minutes.
All right. Sounds
And y'all, I'm gonna end it. I'll see if I can get the screen to see if I
Take
can.
care, everybody. Have a good rest of the night.
Thank y'all. I really appreciate it. But Daryl, I may have to cut it off here.
All right.
It's not letting me close it. Well, let me see. There's something about my screen. So but thank you, Daryl. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
And I'll hit you up on Insta.
I'll be talking to you. I'll be talking to you. All right. I don't even know how to cut it off. Let me look.
Yeah, that's the thing. With mine, I'm trying to do it up here on the top right screen, and I'm gonna have to cut the whole thing off. So
This is the first time I'm live on YouTube.
yeah, Daryl's first time on YouTube, y'all. He did awesome tonight. He did a great job, dude. Daryl, you should stream more on YouTube, man. We'd love to watch that.
I do my 2 shows. I don't know. We'll see. One of these.
Go live from the car show. That would be cool to watch.
Yeah, well, there you got to watch. You never know who's saying what.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
All right. I think I'm just going to hit the X, right?
Yeah, just hit that X. I'll
All
see you,
right.
Daryl. Thank you for coming by. I really appreciate it, y'all.
I
Thank you,
appreciate
Daryl.
it too. Take care.
Check out.